very much.
Gaffer's gone.
Yeah.
Gaffer's slapped.
Yeah, last night's performance
Slap.
was unacceptable, mate.
Yeah, he got slapped.
Yeah, something.
Slap.
That could not stay the same. The run of results and performances have just led to this. I mean, you heard me last night. I was absolutely crestfallen last night.
Thought he'd done well, mate.
Well,
First
the fact that he's gone suggests that he didn't. It's one of those situations that something had to give, and we weren't. You can't go through over 8 hours of football without scoring a match in a game in the Premier League. You can't do that. Those glasses look ridiculous.
What do you mean?
They hurt in your eyes. I'll put them on. They start to.
I can't see nothing.
So if I do some hand signals to you, you won't see them.
No, I can't see. I actually genuinely. I'm disappointed. He's a good manager, Rosenior.
Well,
playing some good stuff.
He may well be in the future a very good manager, but right here, right now, things were falling apart at the seams, and they were falling apart quite quickly. The last goal we scored in the Premier League was away in a victory against Aston Villa 4-1.
Yeah.
That was in March.
Yeah, some encouraging signs then.
And you can't carry on playing games. And last night's performance, it was unacceptable. That was completely unacceptable. You can look and you can lose a football match, and I've seen over the years Chelsea lose plenty of football matches, but it's the manner in the defeat, and the players, they need to look at themselves as well, by the way.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. I'm your host, Jamie Horror. Alongside me, the legend, Jason Cundy. This show's by the fans, for the fans. Get ringing right now. Big day of football. 03 717 22 3344. Southampton fans, commiserations to you. Played unbelievably well. But as it stands, Man City, they are in the FA Cup final. Man City do what Man City do. Spurs fans, first league win of 2026. Good team. Good team. Didn't go anywhere, though. We're still in the bottom three because West Ham fans, yay, won. 92nd minute winner from Callum Wilson. 2-1 against Everton. Shambles, though, from the referees and VAR. 100% a handball. Everton fans will be fuming off that, killing their season. Absolute joke again. Arsenal fans, big win for you. You won 1-0, but poor performance again. Newcastle, what on earth has happened to you this season? Absolutely terrible. We're getting to EFL as well with loads to go at. 03 717 22 33 44. Hello, mate.
Hello, matey.
How are you?
I'm all good in the hood, thank you very much. What a day of football again.
It's been a big one.
Drama of the highest extreme, mate.
It's been unbelievable. It has been
really
unbelievable.
has. Premier League, FA Cup, you couldn't take your eyes off all the games. I mean, not everyone that could see them, of course, because some of the games weren't on terrestrial, but wowzers, what another unbelievable day of football in England in the highest division.
I was celebrating when we scored.
Do a knee slide?
Nearly. There's nearly a knee slide. And then I see West Ham. Oh, West Ham. They scored in the 92nd minute. I can't believe it. Absolute. Yeah. I mean, fair play to them, right? You know, you need a result. They dig one out. They weren't great today, but they've managed to find a win. But talk me through the refereeing decisions again.
Jay, here's what you shouldn't start with that. We can move on to that. Don't start with
No, I'm starting with it. Absolute shambles again from the referees. It was a red card.
It's not a red card.
It's a red card.
It's not a red
card. Middle of the park. Two-footed tackle. If it's Romero, straight red, we're down to 10.
It's not
but no, nothing. No. It's only Spurs. It's only Spurs. Don't give them nothing.
It's only Spurs.
It's only Spurs. Just like everyone wants to see us down.
It's not the referee's fault.
It's an absolute disgrace. The referee gave us nothing again, and still we managed to get 3 points. We weren't great, but we managed to get a win. And then I see the handball one in the Everton game. West Ham. It's unbelievable. It's playing basketball in the box. Basketball.
That's a penalty. I'll give you that.
It's 100% a penalty.
That is a penalty.
It's an absolute joke. How's VAR looked at that and gone, nah, not giving that one.
I know.
Not giving that, nah. It's only Everton.
Jay,
here's
your problem as a Spurs fan now. You are now arguing about decisions that aren't in your game.
It's ridiculous.
You shouldn't be going there.
No, listen.
Can't go there.
I'm going there.
No, you can't go there.
I'm going there.
It's not your fight. That's not your fight. It's Everton fans' fight. And I agree it's a penalty. I agree he's punched the ball. It should have been a penalty. I don't believe the Andre one is a red card. It's not a red card.
It's two-footed.
I don't care. Basuma,
is it reckless?
Basuma slips into the tackle.
Okay, is he two-footed?
Right, listen to me. There is not enough on it. There is not enough for a red card.
It's red.
There's not, Jay.
It's a red card.
It's not, mate.
It's a red card.
It's not.
It is. It's a red. But look, we get on with it. We win the game. Yeah. We get 2 more injuries. Brilliant. Xavi Simons looks like he's done his knee. Solanke looks like he's done his hamstring. I mean, it's just racking up. It's an absolute joke. Yeah. Every single game. You know, Spurs go out on the pitch, guaranteed 2 injuries. Guaranteed. Yeah, and then look at it go, I mean, Solanke was terrible, but still, you still need him. Yeah, Xavi Simons, you need him. Another injury. It's like, oh, my... Jeez, like on a
professional and human level, he looked devastated. I can't believe he tried to get up.
I can't believe the medical team are going to let him play on.
And it looks, I don't know, but knowing football as we do, Jay, it looks like that's one of those. He's out for a while. He is going to be.
Right, we've got to go back to Wembley because Alex Crook is with Southampton manager Thomas Eckert.
I'm indeed. Tonda, thanks very much for joining us live on talkSPORT. How proud are you of your players? For a few minutes at least, you were dreaming of an FA Cup final.
Yeah, I think the boys have played an excellent game today. Obviously, you play against a very strong team. I think it was quite even in the first half. It was a very close decision on the goal that we've scored. And then in the end, it's decided by margins. These games are decided by small moments. yeah, we knew that we need to suffer for some moments of the game. I think we had a couple of very nice transition moments, some good spells on the ball. Yeah, and then you do lose the game in the end from 2 shots from outside of the box. That's a reality. It doesn't happen too often against City that you manage to defend your box as well as we did. Yeah, still, we need to put the game to bed because we have a big one coming up on Tuesday.
And I just heard your captain, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, describe their goals. The second, he said, was a brilliant strike. The first, a bit lucky. Would you go along with that when it comes to the deflected equaliser?
Yeah, I haven't watched it over, but I never felt in that moment that the ball falls in the back there. But it is what it is. Game lives off moments. I think we had a couple on our side. Then we have 2 towards the end that were not, and that's the story of the game. So we need to put this one to bed. It's a big test of maturity for us on Tuesday because we need to be ready again.
It does end your long unbeaten run, but as you say, no time to feel sorry for yourselves. A massive game against Ipswich you have to win to keep your automatic promotion dreams alive. How is the mood in the dressing room after this defeat and going into that even bigger game, arguably?
Yeah, it's a test now. Obviously, there's some disappointment, but I said the same thing to the players. Congratulations to a good performance, but we need to put the game to bed more than ever because there's a big one coming up on Tuesday.
Tonda, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely gutted for Southampton. They played well, but Man City in the end, they're just too strong.
And that's what top sides do when they find themselves in that situation. You know, they roll the dice. Pep mixed it up, rested a few, played a few that haven't had many minutes. Southampton there, dug in, defended manfully. They get themselves 1-0 up, and then the dream is on. And then Manchester City just do what Manchester City do. And, that's why they have been unbelievably successful in the last 10 years since Pep has been there. I mean, before that as well. But this run that they're on at the moment, they're a machine. They are an absolute machine.
Yeah, let's go to some calls. I'm going to go to Reese, who's a West Ham fan. All right, Reese?
All right, Reese. Irons.
Minor gap, 2 points, gets in there. All right.
Well, you're still in it, mate. I tell you what, fair play. You know, I was absolutely devastated when I see you score in the 92nd minute, but what about the handball, Reese? Get away with it again.
In all honesty, we have got away with one a little bit today. No, he's getting on my nerves a little bit. He's so negative. We're not attacking games. But like Palace is a good example on Monday night. Look how aggressive Forest were last night against Sunderland. We've got to go and win games.
Yeah, but you have. Your last 5 games. Your last 5 games. 1 drawn, lost. 1 drawn, won.
Yeah, we're getting away with it. We were turgid today. Rubbish game, but I'm happy with the win. I don't care. But I think we've got to go and attack games. We want to stay up. We can't do it by sort of scraping last-minute winners. We've got to go and attack games from the start. The first half under Nuno is a non-event. I might turn up at half-time against Arsenal. There's literally no point turning up in the first half. We just knock it about, keep it safe, and he subs, brings Potts on. We've got Traore, we've got Kante, more aggressive players. He's very. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. If this is Nuno ball, I'm not really a big fan of it. It makes Moyes look like a progressive, attacking, free-flowing manager. It's unbelievable, really.
Yeah, but you've won.
But if we stay up, I'll take it. But I think we need to have a look at if we scrape staying up, we've got some players there that ain't good enough. Let's face it, in January we're shopping in the bargain bin, weren't we? People like Pablo, Tati, work hard, they ain't going to score you a goal. So if we need to scrape staying up and address the squad in the summer, hopefully.
Well, look, that conversation, you can shelve that, but just get to that point, and then once that conversation can take place, you've got Premier League status. Just get through there. Spurs are going to be the same. Get through there. Forest last night, wow. I mean, them and Leeds look like they found their mojo, and I think that it is a straight shootout. That's what it feels like. It's a straight shootout between West Ham and Spurs.
Yeah, you say that.
It's a straight shootout.
Not the Forest they've got to keep winning.
Of course, but it does feel as though that they've got themselves to a level now where they're performing, scoring goals, scoring lots of goals.
Yeah.
It's 8 in the last 2.
Yeah, no, I mean,
right,
they were sensational.
Yeah, and it looks like Leeds have got that formula.
Leeds are fine, they're on 40 points.
Yeah, and so it does feel a straight shootout between you and West Ham. Imagine that, West Ham and Spurs straight shootout.
Well, it is. 4 games left. They've got Arsenal next week, but we got Aston Villa away.
Well, I saw Villa today. Villa are a funny side, mate. They really are. I know they've got their eyes on a big prize against Forest Thursday night in the Europa League semi-final, 2 legs, right? So, but today they were just meh. They really were, and they got away with one the other day against Sunderland. I mean, they really did. They got out of jail. That Tabby Abraham late goal last Sunday, but that's it's just about finding a way, isn't it? It's taking chances when they come, getting over the line, getting enough. But today, I'd love to hear from Villa fans on the way back from London. But today, I thought Fulham were good value for the victory. But, and Villa have got, it's all about Thursday for them now. And then they move on. And you play, is it Sunday night now?
I think we play Sunday night.
Sunday night. So it's given them, a few more hours to recover. That's huge. But the fact it's at Villa Park, they ain't bad at Villa Park. They're all right. Having said that, I watched Sunderland there the other day.
I genuinely couldn't watch the last 10 minutes of Spurs. I couldn't watch it. It's just painful to watch because we were bad today.
Yeah,
like,
you weren't.
We were terrible. We don't create any chances. We moved the ball better. I've noticed that with De Zerbi. We looked like we moved the ball better.
Actually started the game really well.
Yeah,
the high press was really good. And then it felt a little bit like you run out of ideas. It felt like you set the tempo. Wolves played a three at the back and you penned them in. It's once you win the ball high up the pitch, then create something. I don't remember Jose Sarvin too much.
We don't create any chances, Jose. We don't create a chance.
No.
There's no creativity in and around the box. Nothing. No. And then we let teams out. Like you see, like when you watch Bournemouth, when I watch Bournemouth play, they'll create a chance, and if it doesn't go in, someone heads it out. They're on the edge of the box, they get it back, they reload it, right? And then there's another chance. Then they'll have another chance. Spurs, we might create one chance. Cross comes in the box, someone heads it out, and then someone's offside, or we give away a foul. And then it's gone. The momentum's gone.
But you got 3 points there. Yeah. That has stopped the rot. You've now got 3 victories since October the 26th.
Oh, shut up.
What do you mean, shut up? No, it's good. I'm praising you.
You're not praising me, are you? You're not praising the fact that we've won 3 games since October.
Right. October the 26th?
Yeah.
3 games you won. That is a compliment.
It's not, though, is it?
It's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's just, you can't argue with the facts and the stats.
It's a good win.
It's a great win.
It's a big win.
You've had 1 win in 1. Last 1 game. How many won? Yeah, won it.
Let's go to Chris. He's a West Ham fan. Chris.
All
Hello, mate. Is that me you're calling?
All right, Chris.
All right, mate. Listen, boys. I've got to say it straight, mate. I'm fed up with Spursy. Keep moaning about the referee, about VAR. Just get on with it, mate. Jamie, listen, mate. You're going down. Full stop. All right? We
ain't down yet, mate.
You're going down.
You got lucky today. Got lucky.
Well, we might be lucky. What about you, boy? You was lucky along.
What do you mean?
You were lucky.
We won, and we should have had a sending off.
My friend. Go both ways.
No, you got lucky. You had a VAR decision go your way.
Yeah, and you was lucky. You only won 1-0.
Well, win's a win.
I mean, Wolves should have got something out of that game.
They were terrible. Wolves were terrible. They were awful.
You were terrible as well.
Yeah, but you got lucky, though, Chris. You got lucky today.
Yeah. Jamie, listen, mate, we might be lucky. We got 3 points. You got 3 points. Let's start all over again. 4 games to go.
You got Arsenal next, so you're going to get pumped.
The whole country, apart from Spurs supporters, the whole country wants Spurs to go down. Do you know that? I've asked all the Arsenal
That's not true, though, is it? I don't know, mate. No. Of course they want us to go down.
Yeah, and Chelsea fan wants Spurs to go down.
Chelsea? Do you know what it is, Chris? Because Spurs are a big club and West Ham ain't. No one cares if West Ham go down. No one cares. If Tottenham go down, everyone cares.
Listen, mate, we're a big club like you, Spurs, but it's your turn now. You haven't been down since 1977. It's your turn to be relegated. Taste the music, mate. Go for it, and come back champion next year.
We'll see. Well, if we're champions, I'll take it. Irons. Chris, you got a result today. Well done. And you needed it. 92nd minute. Callum Wilson, a player they wanted to get rid of, is getting them out of jail. Unbelievable stuff. Let's go to Gaz, who's a Man City fan. Gaz.
All right, Gaz.
Evening, lads. You okay?
All right, Gaz. I'm all right. Hairy moments for you.
I just want to say, any Southampton fans on the way back from Wimbledon now, tell you what, hats off to you, lads. You gave us a proper game. That was a proper game. Well done. But, I think getting to the final of this has just put that question to bed for me. Who's the better manager, Pep or Fergie?
Oh, bore off, Gaz.
Do us a favour.
Oh, Gaz.
No, listen me out.
Why have you gone there? Today, you beat Southampton.
What?
That's the deciding factor. You beat Southampton in a semi-final at Wembley, and that makes him confirmed. Oh, bore off, Gaz.
Jason, the records in the book, right, over the years, the records will say 4 FA Cup finals on the trot.
Yeah.
Baconface never did that. 4 Premier Leagues on the trot.
Gaz, listen, mate.
Show some respect.
Gaz, I'm sorry, mate. You can't go there. You can't go there.
Why?
You can't compare Pep Guardiola to Alex Ferguson in the Premier League. There is just no comparison. None.
He was there for 26 years.
And you're using FA Cup semi-final to back your argument up. That's where you're going.
No. Listen to me out.
Go on.
This is his another record he's broke.
Right.
This is like another record he's done in 10 years at City.
Yeah, but that's not going to convince me. Try and convince me.
I'll convince you. Right? When Ferguson was at Old Trafford for 26 years, right?
Yeah, not convinced.
Done the treble.
Yeah.
Hold on, listen. We've both done the treble.
Yeah.
Right? Fergie said you'd never win the domestic treble. We've done it once, and we're on the verge of maybe doing it again.
Yeah.
We've done the proper treble. We've won 4 in a row. We've got 100 points. Fergie never did none of that.
No, but Fergie's longevity, my gosh. I mean, come on, Gaz. Come on, mate.
Gaz.
I've got no dog in this fight, mate.
Gaz.
I'm saying in 10 years, from 26 years and 10 years, what he's done is already outdone Fergie anyway.
Gaz, come on, mate. Come on.
Why am I wrong here?
Well, because Sir Alex Ferguson's won about... I think he's won about 15 Premier League titles. 13. He's won 13 Premier League titles, Sir Alex Ferguson.
He was there 26 years.
He's won 13 Premier League titles.
Guys, come on, mate. Come on.
How many's Pep gone?
No, I know, but you're not going to win this argument based on because you're trying to work out how many medals Pep's got. And come on, Sir Alex.
We've got to wait there because we're going back to Wembley because Alex Crook is with Pep Guardiola.
I am indeed. Pep, many congratulations. The first team ever to reach 4 successive FA Cup finals. A big smile on your face. What does that mean?
It means that imagine one team start next season, and the next season the same team will arrive in 4 times in the final FA Cup. So that defines, I think, the big clubs. You can leave a trophy, but the consistency with 5 in 10 years Carabao Cups and 4 Premier Leagues in a row. So you can win or lose, but at the end when you arrive at the last stage, just being there, fighting for the titles, that defines the clubs. Win one title can happen, but year by year, except last season, every year we were there. Even last season we were in the final FA Cup. So yeah, really, really pleased, especially of course for the victory, for the deflection, from the equalized goal, for the incredible goal for Southampton. That after that, Nico Gonzalez make a copy paste with another fantastic goal. But especially again, like in Barley, the second half was extraordinary. The amount of the chances they have, and it's not easy when defend 10 players but literally 10 players, 80-yard box inside of it's not easy in the crosses, the blocks they do, and you have to score like Nico has done. So for a home and put the ball in the net. What a goal!
Yeah, what a goal indeed, but so many big moments towards the end of that game. How important was James Trafford's save at 1-1, because he was embraced by a couple of his teammates at the end?
Yeah, of course it's important, but they don't analyze the game for this save because they have how many saves they have, how many chances they have. It's question to see. Football always, I believe, the unfair for football or nice for football is that. So in all the sports, the team who deserve in terms of stats, more shots, more whatever, basketball, tennis, or whatever, always win, always, 10 to 10, 10 to 10. When you want a team is better. In football, it's only sport cannot happen. So, but we have to try to be better, and we did better. But you can lose. But the sense of the happiness or the comfort is to be the team. Like, okay, we are able to do many, many good things during more time. And after we lose, we congratulate Southampton. But it's nice to be again. The final against Leeds or Chelsea. Good luck for both of them tomorrow because they know exactly that they will face us.
And it keeps the winning momentum going as well. Was it that winning mentality that ultimately got your team over the line?
Again, when you have been many years up there all the time, is because the mentality is in the organization, in the club, in the owners, in the chairmen, and everyone they put each other. So, yeah, I was really pleased. Hopefully we'll be on final, and hopefully with deep on my heart, that's something that we cannot control in the final can be fair this time, and for both teams, and deserve the team. Deserve the team that they play better to win.
There you go, Pep Guardiola live on talkSPORT from the tunnel here at Wembley.
Thanks, Alex. Pep Guardiola there, obviously talking about the fact that you can have all the stats in the world and you can still lose.
Yep. And he's absolutely right. Football, as I've said to you many times, Jay, in 100 years' time, the game will never change. So what happens in both boxes? How you defend it, how you attack it. More often than not, if you are that better side, you're going to win. But not always. That's why it's just a brilliant game, because you get a side like Southampton dug in, hung in there. City dominated that second half. And then, yes, one breakaway. It's a brilliant, brilliant finish. And all of a sudden, with 8 minutes to go, City find themselves 1-0 down. But this is why City are so brilliant. This is why they are the side. They find a way to come out of a sticky situation, get an equaliser, get a winner. And Southampton's hearts are broken, but that's what the best sides in the world do, mate. And they've done it again.
I'm going to go back to Gaz, the Man City fan. You've just heard your manager speaking there. Look, forget the Alex Ferguson one for a minute, but it is an unbelievable achievement. 4 FA Cup finals in a row. Yeah. You've now got to get the Premier League over the line.
Yeah, well, let's have it right. Was it about 2-3 weeks ago? I think was it before the Bournemouth game? If they'd beat Bournemouth, we could have been 12 points behind. And on Wednesday, we ended up top. So, I said the other night, didn't I? I said to you both the other night when an Arsenal fan said that they think they're not going to win all the games. I personally think that City and Arsenal could win the rest of the Premier League games. I do. And it's just like, I think it will come down to goal difference, but Arsenal only won 1-0 tonight. Yeah. So that's done us a bit of a favour, really.
Well, I mean, you had Burnley midweek, and I think that's when we spoke to you guys, that I thought City were terrible on the day. Arsenal were better. They had a great chance. Visser, they had an unbelievable chance. He's really got to do better, and he's snatched, and he's gone for power as a placement. But Arsenal get the job done, and I think we're at that stage of the season now. It's about just having enough to get the result that you need. And then goal difference, if it plays out, then it plays out.
On Wednesday,
hey?
That's what we did on Wednesday against Burnley. I know they'd gone down, but everyone was saying, well, you should have scored 5 and 6. But we got Erling Haaland said it right. I'm not mad, we got 3 points.
Yeah, of course,
it's the points what count, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, City were terrible midweek, but they got over the line. Arsenal were just good enough to beat Newcastle. Newcastle were terrible.
No, really bad. I don't know what's happened to them.
But Arsenal fans leaving the ground won't care. And as Man City fans didn't care when they left Turf Moor, the old Burnley at midweek. And it's about finding a way just to get the result that you need. But if it does come down to goal difference, there will be a moment, whoever wins it, and it might be Man City look back over the Burnley game, and it might be Arsenal look back over that Newcastle game going, could we have done more to get an extra goal?
Yeah.
If it comes down to goal difference.
Yeah. All right, guys, listen, thanks for your call. I'm going to go to Oscar. He's a West Ham fan. Oscar?
All right, Oscar.
Hello!
All right, Oscar, happy with that today?
Jamie, you're going down, son.
Not yet, mate. We're not down yet.
No. That must have been a killer. Wilson, last minute against your mob. Yeah. Last minute today, that must have been killer, mustn't it?
Yeah, it hurt, mate. I'm not going to lie, it hurt. It hurt.
Are you going down? Are you going down? That's all I want to know.
It's horrible.
I think you are.
Don't know, mate.
One of his are.
Don't know.
Also, right, you're going on about referee decisions.
Yeah.
Everyone has referee decisions against them.
Yeah, I know, but come on.
Excuses.
No one's against you, Jay. No one's against you.
It's a shambles.
Everyone hates Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, you got away with one. Got away with one today, mate. It's a Stonewall penalty. Terrible decision.
We've had so many go against us that I don't even care. I look back to Brighton away, right? That is specifically when we had their goal. There was.
Okay.
Right, get your calls in. You want to have your say on today's Premier League football FA Cup semi-final as well. 03 717 22 33 Darren Bent had his Sound Drive show earlier, suggested a left field option.
I would go for someone in that type of concept that Jill Scott's talking about.
Yeah.
I would go for like Igor Thiago from Brentford.
He's been above and beyond.
He has been unbelievable.
How many goals has he got?
I think
he's second on the Premier League list.
He's got 21.
I think he's second.
Yeah, he's the first Brentford player to go to 21 Premier League goals because Ivan Toney at 20, Visit at 20, and Mbeumo at 20.
Unbelievable.
Do you know what I mean? And Brentford are now on the cusp of Europe. I know they're 9th right now, but if you look at where they are on the table, I mean, they're only, 2 points over 6th.
Igor Thiago, yeah, he's had a great season.
Yes, he has.
He has. And fair play to the lad. He's got himself in the Brazil squad, and he's a good player.
Yep.
Is that what we're talking about, though? Brentford player getting a player of the season?
No, I can't agree with Benty, but he has done unbelievably well, and he's a bit of a throwback. I kind of hope a little bit that what we see with Haaland and Gabriel the other day, where there's that centre half against the centre forward, where you're going toe to toe, backing the players, and he's a little bit of a throwback. Those number 9s that we used to see in the Premier League, they don't exist anymore. They're tippy-tappy football. It's the game is all about scoring goals. If you score goals on a consistent basis, you're going to catch the headlines, right? And he's doing both. He's doing both. But who are those number 9s? Like those when I used to play. Like I used to play against I played with Kerry Dixon, right, as a Chelsea fan, right? Proper number 9, old school number 9.
Yeah.
Are they coming back into the game? Because you've got to play 4-4-2, or it feels like you might have to. Or if you've got that number.
Formula One. It's a sport often seen as insular and elitist, but it's seen a meteoric rise under its owners Liberty Media, not only in popularity and viewership, but in the ability to almost print money. From greater access to more races, here's how it happened. For decades, Formula One was owned and run by one man, Bernie Ecclestone. He was old school, someone who thought the sport itself was enough, and there was no need for all this modern marketing and social media nonsense. But in 2016, Ecclestone agreed to sell his baby to American group Liberty Media. It cost Liberty Media $4.4 billion, and they quickly got to work. We got an F1 app almost immediately, and teams were allowed to show us more from behind the scenes. One of Liberty's most important deals was with Netflix, which in 2019 brought us Drive to Survive. The effect? An almost 70% rise in viewership for races in the US alone. It's massively benefited Formula One online too, with a rise from 7.8 million followers across its social media platforms in 2016 to around 50 million today. New eyes are on the sport too, with F1's own subscription TV channel, which people can watch anywhere in the world. But the main market they've tapped into is the US. There's now 3 races there a year in Texas, Miami and Las Vegas, and an American-branded team, Cadillac, getting involved in the sport too. More races seems to be the direction of travel. A street circuit in Madrid's being welcomed onto the calendar, while conversations around a Grand Prix in Africa have ramped up in the last few years. More big events could be in the offing too, after the massive F1 75 season launch event in London in 2025. 7.5 million people tuned in to watch it live across their social media channels, and that doesn't include the viewing figures for where it was broadcast on TV in certain countries. It seems Liberty will do whatever they can to grow the F1 brand. Their efforts have been worthwhile too, with Forbes valuing the sport at $17.1 billion back in 2023, almost 4 times more than what they bought it for in 2016. Not bad, considering it's seen as a sport where people just drive around in circles.
Yeah, good evening. You are listening to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. Me, Gemma Hara, and Jason Cundy. Reminder of today's Premier League results. The early game, it finished Fulham 1, Aston Villa 0. That was live and exclusive on talkSPORT. The 3 p.m's. Liverpool, they won 3-1 against Crystal Palace. Wolves, they got beat. They are already down, but Spurs won 1-0. 2 big injuries, though, again for Spurs. West Ham snatched a late winner, 2-1 against Everton. And then afterwards, Arsenal, they won 1-0 against Newcastle. Weren't great at all. Man City booked their place in the FA Cup final, beat Southampton 2-1. It was a brilliant game. You can have your say on all of them. 03 717 22 33 44. Ipswich, they moved up to second. 0-0 though. Draw with West Brom. While the Baggies, they secured safety for themselves. MK Dons secured promotion to League One. York City won the National League title in remarkable fashion. Can't believe the referee gave that over the line. If anyone's seen it, it's been going viral everywhere. Absolute unbelievable decision. But following us from 10, Fight Night, Adam Catchell, Addy Oladipo. We want your calls now. 03 717 22 33 44. Let's go to Mark. He's a Spurs fan. Right, Mark?
Marky Mark.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
All right, matey.
I'm all right, Mark. What did you make of that today?
It weren't pretty, was it? But job done. Obviously, it goes without saying that every game's important. There's only 4 left. But I think next week's pivotal. I think we need to put a result out the bag that other teams basically come in, like when Leeds went to Old Trafford and Forest went 5-0 last night. I think Chelsea away's a write-off. I think 9 points keeps us up. So I don't see West Ham getting more than 7. And with Villa playing Forest, obviously, over the 2 legs, pretty much secured top 5. I think it's a really good opportunity to go and make West Ham sort of stand up and take notice of us next Sunday. I think it's a massive game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yes, yes to all of the above. Go. If you go away to Villa and pick up, so that's 2 away games. You pick up 6 points in those 2 away games.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wolves one. If you're going to stay, you've got to go there and win. You simply have to go there and win, right? And you did. Villa's a different kettle fish. That's we're talking about a different animal. We're talking about a side chasing Champions League. However, they do have a tough game on Thursday night, and that may reflect on that. That's why it's late on the Sunday. Look, listen, there's going to be loads. There's going to be twists and turns. I sat in the office today with Jay watching the games. All of a sudden, Spurs go 1-0 up. Everton equalise, and the league table Spurs are out. And then within 3 or 4 minutes of getting past the 90, Wilson scores, and then Spurs are back in the bottom 3. That is going to continue to happen. We're going to see so many shifts in that table at the bottom.
I think if Leeds win next week, I think they're definitely out of it. But if they pick up a draw, though, Jay, and they obviously have got to come to
Leeds are on 40 points, mate. They're over the hill.
Do you think it could go more than 40 this year if us and West Ham come in?
No, I don't think it will, mate.
Both have got to get over 40 now. Not, for Leeds to be dragged in. I think Leeds have got enough. I think Leeds will pick up more points.
Yeah.
They probably only need to be really safe. A couple of draws, maybe a win, and that's it.
Yeah. No, we can't get to. I don't think we can. I just don't know.
I think they're going to need a minimum of 41, really.
Are West Ham and Spurs both going to get to 42 points? That's the question, and I don't believe both will. One might, both won't.
No.
And I think that's why Leeds will have a bit too much with the games in hand.
Listen, Mark, wait there, because we've got Roberto De Zerbi was speaking after the game, and he was asked how much notice he was taking of the West Ham result.
I saw on my dressing room, and I was sorry, but no for them. But we have to be stronger now, stronger than the other results, stronger than our result when we deserve to win and we didn't win, like the last game with Brighton. And to move on positive, to prepare the next games, to work hard and to believe in ourselves, because the players are good players, very good players.
Yeah, look, obviously we had 2 injuries today, Mark. Xavi Simons looks potentially like his season's over. Solanke's come off with his hamstring, I think. I mean, it's just been ridiculous, the amount of injuries we've had. I know, and that's not making excuses, but it is outrageous.
The only thing I'll say is, you're 100% right, and I agree, but with Maddison and Kulusevski, we knew in the summer that they were both out for the season.
Yeah.
And we did nothing about it. We haven't even replaced Son, Jay. People talk about the downgrade from Kane to Solanke, but the downgrade from Son to Tel and Odegaard is just inexcusable.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you've lost Son, Maddison and Kulusevski and done nothing to replace them. You've then basically sat on your, backside in January, let Johnson go and just thought, we don't want to go and sign anyone, we'll be fine. We don't want to have to buy more players in the summer for a new manager, so we'll just do nothing.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened, isn't it?
I agree. I mean, how can you go a season really, and you're playing players in like Moani? He took him off at half time today. He was terrible for about 20 minutes in the first half, and he dragged him at half time. He ain't a winger. He ain't a winger.
Terrible. No. I mean, all 3 managers seem to see something in him, but I think it's just a case of we haven't really got anyone else, have we? Obviously, like you can play Tel there.
Listen.
He's not.
Come on. If you're relying on Tel to keep you in the Premier League, you've got massive problems. West Ham have got Jared Bowen and Somerville. Like, that's the difference. And you're absolutely right. Our recruitment has put us in this position. It is absolutely shocking.
Even the Sunderland goal the other week, right, the deflected goal. When was the last time one of our set midfielders had a shot at goal? Do you know what I mean? If you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle. We never score from outside the box. We don't shoot. Everything's just like ticky-tacky. Maddison killing.
Well, look, we won today. Mark, we won.
Yeah,
I know we're still in it, but it could have been over, right? With West Ham winning, if we didn't win, that was it. It's game over. So we've kept ourselves alive, and there's 4 games left. We've got to win,
I'd like to see a bit
maybe 3 of them.
More Paulinia. Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more Paulinia, because,
I thought Bentancur was good today. I thought Bissouma, I thought he was all right as well. So I think, Bentancur coming back was a plus, but...
You had to win today.
We had to win.
Because it's that, irrespective of what
winning,
West Ham
though,
did.
Jace. We didn't look like winning.
But what it will do, it will galvanise, it will give hope, it will give belief. It will, because you've not won this year. I mean, you've got, right? You've nearly got to March. Sorry, Feb. My God.
May.
We're nearly in May.
No,
I cannot believe
nearly the end of the season.
We're nearly into May. You've not won this year. Right? So the April the 25th, you pick up your first victory. As I said, no, you think I'm messing around. But you had 2 victories since October the 26th coming in today. You've got 3. Today's the new start. That's how it's got to play out. It has to play out. This is a new beginning. He's had 2 games, 1 defeat away at Sunderland, and he's had a victory away at Wolves. Right? Now he needs to pin that. Here's what we've done. We've got a first victory. And you saw Pelini the way he celebrated.
No, it's massive. Yeah.
It's a big relief. You can't control what West Ham do.
No.
There's nothing you can do about that.
No, if West Ham go and win their games,
there's nothing to do about it. All you can do is control the controllables. Make sure you go and take care of your own business. And that's all you can do.
Mark, listen, thanks for your call. West Ham in the relegation battle. Manager Nuno Espirito Santo was asked by talkSPORT's Ian Abrahams if he is enjoying the challenge of a relegation battle.
How can I answer this by saying something that doesn't seem... I take it as it comes, you know what I mean? I take it as it comes. And it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but we are on it.
And without wishing for you to just come back at me and say, I want to win all 4. 4 games to go. Do you know a minimum of what you would hope would keep you up?
We need as much as you can. It's not about now making count. It's playing the games, focus on ourselves.
He makes a good point. You know, they might need 4, they might need 9. You don't know.
Might need none.
Yeah.
All you can do is control what's in front of you, and of course the results that you have will affect West Ham and vice versa.
Yeah. Well, what I did notice today as well, the fans will play a massive part in knowing what's going on, because when Everton scored today, the Tottenham fans went mad. right? So the players know, right? We're in it. We're in front. That's going to be pivotal over the next few weeks.
Also, the players would have known that West Ham took the lead and you were 0-0. And what you don't want is that negativity from the fans thinking, oh my God, West Ham, they're winning 1-0.
Yeah, but you also go, well, we've got to go and score. We have to go and score.
Take care of your own business. Don't worry about anything. Just take care of your own business. It's difficult as a fan, as we've all done, looking at other results. But as far as the players concerned, take care of your own business.
No, that's not true. I've been in a relegation battle, and on the last day of the season, and we knew what we needed to do.
Yeah, but these
we knew that we had to score a goal. We had to score.
That's the last game of the season.
That was the last game.
That might still play out, but there's no point knowing that now. Just go there. Forget the outside noise. Can we beat Wolves? Yes. What's happened to West Ham? Right. Nothing to do about that. We're taking care of our own business. Don't forget, West Ham will be disappointed that you've got the 3 points as well. As disappointed that you are that they did. So it works both ways.
Can Spurs stay up?
But I've said this all along. I think you stay up. I've said this all along.
Do you really think? I don't know if I believe you.
Jay, why have I said it all the time? Why would I lie?
Because I feel like you're mocking me.
I'm not mocking you, Jay.
I feel like you are.
Jay, I'll tell you when I mock you, when you play the Imps at home. Right? That's when I mock you, right? Or when
Good
you go
team,
down.
Lincoln, mate.
Don't knock them.
Good team.
Mate, they won again today.
They're all right.
They're on a roll.
All right, keep your calls coming in on the Game Day phone in 03 717 22 3344. Cole Palmer, he hasn't turned up all season. I said this yesterday. If you were naming the England squad today, Eze, Gibbs-White and Morgan Rogers miles ahead of Cole Palmer. 22 appearances this season in the Premier League, only 9 goals, 1 assist, and his last goal was the 4th of March against Aston Villa. He's not turned up. And when there's a game where a manager needs one of his top players against Brighton, he's in the stands. What did the physio who picked the team under Maresca say? You know, you've got a 10% chance of getting injured, Cole. Take it easy against Brighton. Go and sit in the stand. Like, we come for the players like Cucurella, Enzo Fernandez, Garnacho maybe, but let's look closer to home as well. For me, Cole Palmer this season been a disappointment.
Not just this season, actually. If you look at his form in the second half of last season, this is a decline that's been going on for a long time.
He won the Club World Cup final single-handedly.
He turned up for that.
He turned the Conference League final on its head after half.
What about in the Premier League, the second half of last season?
Well, he played more games than anybody else, and he was certainly Chelsea's best player over the course of the season.
This season, though, he's not been good enough. When you look at
He's been struggling with a groin injury, and if you speak to Thomas Tuchel, he'll tell you that he couldn't run properly for the first half of the season.
But you look at your Maverick players like Cole Palmer. He's earning a lot of money, long-term contract, paid a good fee for him. He's not done enough, and I've been watching him as well in games. And he's throwing his hands up at Joe Pedro for not passing to him, and he thinks he's the main man. If you are the main man, Cole Palmer, show it, and you haven't. Cole Palmer and Phil
You can't
Foden.
sit here and hammer the Chelsea players and absolve Cole Palmer of responsibility. He's been as bad as the rest.
Exactly.
I didn't hammer anyone. I just
your body
asked the
language
question.
looked like that, Sam.
Did it?
You want to defend Cole Palmer. You are listening to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Hart, and Jason Cundy. It's the London Marathon. tomorrow. Here at talkSPORT, we are supporting everyone who's taking part in the event, including those that work across talkSPORT and our sister stations.
Hi everyone, running the London Marathon or supporting somebody running on Sunday. It's so exciting, isn't it? Another London Marathon. I'm going to be running for UK Children's Charity supported by Carfest. If you've never done it before, it's a game changer. You have no idea how great it's going to make you feel.
Hi, Alicia here. I'm running the London Marathon on Sunday for MS Society. Feeling very nervous but excited, and good luck to everyone running.
Joe here from Drive on talkSPORT. I'll be running for the British Heart Foundation this Sunday in the London Marathon. Good luck to everybody else. Enjoy yourselves.
Hello, it's Shaban from talkSPORT, and I just want to say a massive good luck to everybody doing the London Marathon. I'm doing it for the National Autistic Society. Whoever you're doing it for, fair play to you. Enjoy it, and hopefully I'll see you at the finish line with a bottle of wine.
Ed Huntley here. I'm running the London Marathon this Sunday for Well Child. Good luck to everyone else who's running it as well.
Hello, Emma B here, first time marathon runner, rookie runner. To everybody who's running at the weekend, good luck, you're going to smash it. I'm running for the British Heart Foundation. We are legends. You are a legend. Let's have it.
Running. Yeah, good luck to all those in the clip that are running tomorrow, and good luck to everyone who's taking part in the London Marathon. It's always a good day, that one, Jason.
It is.
Find yourself down on the Thames, a little bottle of wine.
I don't go down there and watch it, mate. No. I'll be watching football.
Of course you will. You've been here since 12:30.
I have been here since 12:30.
You just love football.
I have been here since
You just love it. You're an animal. You just gorge on football every day. It's ridiculous.
Fine, what am I going to do with my time?
I don't know. Go and have a nice little meal with the missus.
No, I want to watch football.
I cannot get over how much football you watch. You will literally watch every single. If there was a game on at 8 o'clock in the morning and we was on at 10 o'clock at night, you'd get up and watch it. You'd come into the studio.
I'd come into the studio, but I'd find a way.
If it wasn't on, but it was on in the studio, you'd
the challenge is the World Cup, right? Those games there, some of them kick off 2, 3 in the morning.
You're going to watch all of them? Of course you are.
I'll have a go.
Let's go to Avi. He's an Arsenal fan. Avi?
All right, Avi.
Evening, gents.
All right, matey.
All right, Avi. What did you make of Arsenal today? Again, you weren't great.
Yeah, well, before we get to Arsenal, I just want to commend the Imps again on another great performance. But on Arsenal, this is a game of fine margins. Once again, I look at it that City have kind of left the door slightly open. You know it's a straight shootout. They only beat Burnley 1-0. And again, it's just make sure we don't lose. Yeah. And, set piece goal, Eze's done brilliantly. But at that point, so often the ball would be in the attacking half. And then 2 minutes later, it's back to David Raya. You're just like, play the forward pass, show the kind of desire, be ruthless like City. And it's not that. And each time we get given this chance, every time it feels like, we've had it all season, that we're just not being ruthless enough about taking it. And I look at it and I think, well, what point are we going to actually decide, hold on a minute, like we really need to put our foot on the gas and actually start scoring goals?
I think all the time that you're winning, all the time that you're 1-0 up, I just think Arteta's happy with that.
He's trying to nick the next goal in the game. That's what he's trying to do. And he's good at it, by the way. I do not think, though, that at this stage of the season, everything is so ingrained in how you are as a team. It's very difficult, I think, to change the style of who you are. It's got you where you are right here, right now. You're still top of the table. Okay, Man City got a game in hand. If you win that, they go above you. But it does get the sense that to change how Arteta has gone about his work this season, there may well be a game where you have to go and get 3. That might happen. But right now, it's about the 3 points. We saw City do the same thing. City were terrible midweek. Terrible. Against Burnley. And they're relegated already. They got the 3 points. I had a chat with City fans, Jay and I did, midweek, saying the same thing. And Arsenal today weren't brilliant by any stretch of the imagination. Got the job done, and then you move on. If there does come a point, and it feels like it might, there may well be a game or a half when you get the second goal and you can say, do you know what? We need to score the third goal in this game. And if you get the third, that might be the... And the same with City. They are more likely to do it because the way they're set up. City are more likely to go and get 2s and 3s and 4s than Arsenal are. But it's about the points. that we saw. Were you at the game today, Avi?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Right.
So I agree with you that obviously we have a chance here to get 6 points ahead before City play next, and on the back of, I guess, what was 3 losses in a row, he had to win, and then it would have been, definitely title gone. So, but we're at a point where he knows also it's a straight shootout, and Newcastle, I mean, they were awful today. So,
awful.
And we had. I think if he was just a little bit more aggressive, I think we could. Normally, the Arteta of 3 seasons ago, we probably would have won that game 3-0.
But don't forget, Vissa had the best chance of the second half.
Yeah, which confirms my point.
Yeah, he had the best chance of the second half, and if he scores that, then we're having a very different conversation.
Was it a red card? I haven't managed to check on
what the goalie Nick Pope. What one you on about? Nah, it's not red.
It's not red.
It's not a red. It's ridiculous.
And by the way, when Nick Pope comes out of his box, he's like
you.
He's like Charlie Chaplin.
He's like you, mate.
Running around.
There's a Jason Cundy bit of defending.
He come out. He never looks comfortable, does he?
He's terrible.
He went with his right foot, and it should be a left foot clearance.
It's unbelievable.
And he drags down Goicoechea. It's not. It's a yellow. Had it been more central, then I think there's a chance it may have been a red.
Yeah. Avi, listen, thanks for your call. I'm going to go to Martin. He's a Leeds fan. All right, Mark?
Dirty Leeds.
Hey, mate.
Dirty Leeds.
There's a couple of things. First of all, my partner's with me. She's a Chelsea fan, which is a nightmare. It's really intense in our house at the minute.
Leeds and Chelsea? Wow.
You both going tomorrow?
Yeah. No, if any of us get to the final, then we're going to go. But we're not. We said because it's semi-final, and I'm not being funny. It's just too much, if you know what I mean, between me and her.
Where are you both watching the game?
Well, we're going to watch it in pub up here.
Together?
So yeah, we're going to have to, because it's not on normal telly. So we said we're going to. Right.
And
we're going to pub to watch it.
I'm guessing you live in Leeds or around the area.
Well, now I live in Burton on Trent. Well, my missus, but she's from Chelsea area originally. She's downstairs at the minute. But what I wanted to talk to you about, when that's bad enough, but everyone's worried about Spurs now. I'll put a scenario to you. Burnley's got nothing to fight for at the minute. We lose to Burnley, we then play Spurs. Spurs beat us, that's 6 points.
Mate, you're over the hill, mate. You're over the hill.
No, mate, honestly. I've seen so much happen in football.
No, listen, we always say this. We sit there and talk about ifs, so's and maybes. Everton could get Champions League. Aston Villa could win the title. Like, you're over the hill, mate. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I hope so.
You're done. You got to 40 points. You're unbelievable against Man United. You know, you're a good side. You are not going down. There's no way you're getting caught. We want you to be on holiday. Beat Burnley, you're on holiday.
I just don't know what's going to happen tomorrow because me and my missus, it's a bit intense.
I can tell.
We've been arguing already. She's downstairs.
Can we speak to her?
Yeah, you can. Hold on.
What's her name?
Tina.
Let's get Tina. I'll have the chills.
Come on in. Let's
Tina.
All right, Tina. Oh.
One second. I'm just coming downstairs.
All right.
Where is she?
Right, she's here now.
All right, Tina.
Right, Tina.
Hello.
Up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah.
Tina, come on. You must be. What you thinking tomorrow? You're going to give your husband and Leeds a whooping.
Well, we hope so, but you never know, do you? I mean, Leeds have been playing quite well at the minute. I don't know what to say. I'm quite.
Wow. Are you going to watch this game together in a pub?
Yes, the best team will win. I'm sure they will.
Do you sit next to each other when you're watching the game?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's such a silly question, is it?
It's awkward tomorrow, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be sitting next to you.
I wouldn't want to sit anywhere near
in
a game like that.
Can I just say, Jason, in our bathroom, we've got Chelsea badge up. In spare room, there's Chelsea flag up, Chelsea shirts in figure. There's my Leeds shirt. It's very strange in our house.
Sounds it.
It does sound a bit strange, to be fair. You got
but listen,
Leeds badges up.
Whoever wins tomorrow, the best team will win. That's what we'll say.
Well, listen, enjoy it. Phone us back because I want to know how.
Monday.
You know, there's going to be arguments and that. You know, we want to hear about it. If it all kicks off.
Yeah, we will do, mate. And good luck with Spurs. I hope they stay up.
No, you don't. You liar.
Care less.
Yeah, he's an absolute liar. Martin, thanks for your call. Keep them coming in. FYI, Aston Villa v Spurs next Sunday, 7 p.m. kickoff, is live on talkSPORT. Oh, There's a monster game.
My gosh.
Oh, mate. We've got some whoppers coming up, haven't we? We've got some big games. And we were just discussing, if Chelsea do win tomorrow,
yes,
Spurs-Chelsea game will probably get moved.
Yes, it will be moved.
To a Monday night.
To a midweek game.
Midweek game.
Yes, it 100% gets moved.
We got to do a watch-along. It's got to be a watch-along, mate.
Oh, no, we can't sit next to you. Just a proper Martin.
We need to sort that out, because that is...
What do you mean?
Imagine you keep us up, or you could relegate us. Me and you live watching it. Wow. Jeez, we'll be taking calls after it, that's for sure. But...
If we're still friends.
No, yeah. Actually, I don't know if I don't know. They could throw as much money at me as possible. I don't know if I could actually genuinely sit there and watch that game with you.
No.
I don't think I could.
No.
Because it would just be brutal. Brutal.
No, it would be
Because
terrible.
all you're going to do is just have that mask ready.
I'll be wearing it during the game.
All right, keep your calls coming in. 03 717 22 3344. I've been saying this all season. They don't want to get rid of Arne Slot. Other media outlets are now reporting that he's going to stay, come what may, particularly as they look like they're going to get...
Which is what you've been saying
all
along,
Cookie. Yeah, but what I was going to say, when you've got this much upheaval, do you really want to add a change of manager into the mix as well? Particularly when you've got a manager who did win the Premier League last year. Well, he's not useless, is he, Arne Slot?
I think he deserves another go at it. But when he comes out and says we need to sell players... I don't think that's right, is it?
That's always been the Liverpool way. These are not owners who...
FSG don't spend loads of money. They don't just lavish loads of cash.
Who in that squad, though, is going to bring in a lot of money? Who's going to bring in a lot of money in that
Jones will
squad of
bring you
players?
20 million quid.
Okay, who else?
Alexis McAllister, potentially. Not had a great season. Bit of interest from Real Madrid, I'm hearing.
Alisson, did they cash in on Alisson?
Well, he spoke about him today, actually, and he said that he doesn't respond to rumours.
I think he'll stay.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well,
Mamardashvili's not proved himself to be ready yet.
No, not quite yet. Let's just say that. 03717223344. By the way, Arne Slot staying. He had said it.
He said all along.
4 months.
Yep.
Well done. See, that's proper.
On the podcast. What's the podcast?
Premier League All Access. If you just have a look towards your left-hand side, if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, look at that for a plug.
You can see the QR code. Just give it a little scan and you'll be able to listen to that when we finish here today.
Is that the first plug we've ever had for our own podcast?
That's on there every week.
Is it?
Every
I
week.
don't look at myself on the camera. I look at you guys. I'm engaging. Yeah.
You don't. You look at your phone or your laptop most of the time. That's your.
You know your stuff, Crookie.
You
Love
do.
it, mate.
Yeah, okay. You look at top journalist.
You're listening to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Hart, Jason Cundy. Get your calls in. You want to talk about today's football. 03 717 22 3344. Following 1-0 away loss to Arsenal, Newcastle Lost 5 in a row, all competition. The Magpies boss, Eddie Howe, has had this to say on the loss and recent poor form.
Yeah, really disappointed with the result, of course. Another defeat for us. We're taking that hard, the run that we're on. Much better performance from us, I have to say. Defensively, firstly, I thought we were much more secure and solid. We defended Arsenal's threats pretty well throughout the whole game. Obviously disappointed with the goal we conceded from the corner. Much better with the ball as well. I think coincided with Bruno's return. I thought we were much more controlled in our build-up and much better execution, and we had chances to score.
What is going on with Newcastle? They are having a terrible season. I want to hear from Newcastle fans. Phone us up, because I ain't had one yet. But honestly, is it starting to look like Eddie Howe could get sacked?
Well, results will suggest that his job will be called into question. This is the Premier League. You can't be Newcastle United Football Club and be languishing where they are. This wasn't that long ago. They've had this season Champions League football. The problem you've got is it's the teams that haven't been in the Champions League find it so difficult to spin plates in Europe and not in Europe. When you're not in Europe, that's why Manchester United are doing what they're doing this season, right, under Carrick. I'm not taking anything away from him. They're going to play 40 games this season. 40. Eddie Howe has been, he's been spinning plates. And when you go to the Champions League, it's not like we were last season, the Conference League. You can have two squads. Chelsea had two squads.
Yeah, they did.
Premier League and Conference.
Yeah, they did.
The two don't mix.
No.
When you're in the Champions League, you cannot have two squads.
Yeah.
You've got to use your best players in every single game. And then there's one or two players you mix and match, and then you rest players, and you might be a niggle, you pull that player out and put him in. That's why it's a squad game. Newcastle, they've struggled to deal with that. And we've seen this in the past. They're not the first. They won't be the last. If you're not used to that, to going on all fronts. And that's why this Arsenal squad has been built for moments like today, where they've got a Champions League game next week, by the way. They got that coming up. They've got Atleti away. And they've got the job done tonight. They've got Atleti, and then they've got to go again. That's why the treble has only been done twice. It's so difficult. And when you're a squad and a side like Newcastle, it's almost impossible, especially when you're hamstrung, because they can't go and spend huge sums of money.
Yeah, I know, but they got 42 points.
I know, and I'm not defending it, because you can't be sat if you're Newcastle United Football Club because of where they want to be. They won their first piece of silverware last season. Now look where they are. It's like chalk and cheese compared to that. They want to be That's why it's so difficult. It's so difficult, and that's why you might be able to take advantage of Aston Villa. They've got the game on Thursday night. You play them on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Two huge games. And it looks like they're going to have Champions League football either which way. Even though they lost today, it looks like they're still going to get Champions League football, even though Brighton are kind of breathing.
Yeah, 8 points.
It's a nice gap. It's a nice gap, but they still need probably another win. 100% secures it.
Okay. After a big win in the title race this evening, Arsenal gaffer Mikel Arteta spoke to talkSPORT's Ollie Klink, who asked him about the role of the crowd in this final run-in.
It's very important. We know, and we expect it. When you haven't done something for 22 years, it is normal. It's not going to be something that, we navigated, we've been there 10 times, 15 times. It's not the case. So we all need to go through it together, stick to it. 4 games to go. We're in an incredible position. We have to play the Champions League semi-final now. So what else do we want?
Yeah, it's a big win in the end for him. Let's go to Gabby, who's an Arsenal fan. Gabby.
All right, Gabs.
Hello, my two pedigree chums. I think I've been hiding the last few weeks, haven't you? But I've been on holiday. And I'll tell you what, my phone's been lighting up the last 2 weeks. I've had to stomach all that. I've had to stomach you two, weddings and results. I've had to see poor old Jason. Again, he was doing what you were doing, Jay. You were revelling in it, mate. Honestly, I sat there watching you sing on the bright side of life, mate.
Yeah, good team, Brighton, mate. Good team.
Good team, mate. Good team, Cundy. No.
What about your mob, though? You've won, but you're not great again. You're the most boring team to watch.
Jay, listen, come firing shots, mate. You scrape past balls, bruv.
Yeah, good win, mate. Good win.
But listen, I'm putting a bit of a call out, gents, right? And I know you laugh and say you can't interview me, mate. Steve, I told you, 18 games, 17 wins, 1 draw. I need 4 tickets to get Steve to the last 4 games. I don't even care if I've got to drive in there and stand outside the stadium.
Who's Steve?
What do you mean? Steve's my best mate, the 64-year-old that I get on the line bike every time that you two ridicule me. And you're like, get him on a proper bike.
Well,
he ain't been to Arsenal.
It's not our problem, is it?
Since Highbury. Since Highbury, it's his first season back, and he's watched all that. He's a good luck charm, mate. I need some Arsenal fans out there. Come deliver 4 tickets.
Well,
and then we'll win
good luck with that, mate.
And then we'll win it.
Good luck with that. Got
We're
no
gonna do
chance. You could win the Premier League and you want tickets. You got no chance, mate. Sold out every week.
Well, I know
Pull your
that,
finger
mate.
out,
I mean,
get
I'm
yourself
only-
in a prawn sandwich brigade and go and spend some hospitality money.
There you go.
Listen, Johnny, I've done 37 games this season. I've even been with Chelsea twice, smashing you lot. I think I've seen you lot on. You've been getting smashed.
Enough of the old ticket chat, mate. What about your team?
I don't care. Today, I don't care. Like Cundy said, I don't care how it happens. The points are on the board. That's all that matters. I had 2 fans next to me, retired geezers, saying, "Oh yeah, we need loads of goals," and I was like, "But we've conceded less goals than City. It's just a case. It's a shootout now." And you know what? For all you people out there that are ridiculed and come for Arsenal, right? We have listen. This is the chase is on. It's exciting. You were all moaning that it's boring. The Premiership is boring this season. We're boring the life out of it. You've now got what you want. You've got a 5-game shootout. You've got the 5-game shootout.
No, listen, the Premier League's exciting in terms of what's up for grabs, for sure. In terms of the quality, it's absolutely abysmal.
It don't matter, Jay.
It don't matter. I get that. You don't care. But what I'm saying is yeah, it's exciting because we're going to have a grandstand finish. But the quality's shocking. You stunk the Premier League out this season.
Listen, you've got to remember I used to watch you in the noughties, mate, and Cundy in the 90s, bruv. Like, that was pony, mate.
Well, it weren't, though, mate, was it? Let's be honest. It weren't.
Well,
it weren't, though, was it? Premier League was a million times better then.
But listen, it's a different form of football we're watching now, mate. And you two have both got to honour that. You know, I was having this conversation with some other Liverpool, Chelsea fans. We were talking about top 5 sides. Does Mo Salah get in the top 5 players of all time? They're 90s. We were spoiled, mate. We were spoiled as a human race with the teams that were in the 90s. Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal. They're incredible. Them years. We've been spoiled so bad that now we're saying the level of football now is pony. And come on, guys.
No, but here's the thing. Jay's right, actually. As in terms of a spectacle and watching, because of how tense it is and how tight it is, that is why everyone's going to watch it, because the stakes are so high. And there's only 2 teams that can win it. And it is, you're right, it's going to be a shootout between now and the end of the season. That doesn't mean that it's going to be quality end to end. And I think we've reached a stage of the season now where that conversation has to leave. The building blocks of over the side, how you play, how you set up, what you want to do. I felt probably you get your team October to Feb. That's how you want your team playing. Once you get into the summer, spring coming into summer, then it's about results. One thing I will say though about Man City, since January they have been unbelievably good.
Yeah, because they signed Semenyo.
Unbelievably good. Kushnoff at the back alongside Mark Gehi, and the emergence of Nico O'Reilly, him, and then you've got Cherky stepping up. Those guys have risen to the challenge. You go back in January, we wouldn't have been speaking about this.
No, they were nowhere near it. Arsenal let them in.
Pep has done an unbelievable job in getting that team to play to that level with not a new team, but I'm going to say new team. There's more players in that team now that we didn't see back in. That were playing every single week. Kushnoff, he wasn't a partnership.
No, he weren't.
Mark Gay wasn't even at the club. What?
Jay, what's the common denominator for what's happened in January? Are we all blind or something?
What do you mean?
What's the common denominator? What happened in January? Why
the window.
City turned it around?
Transfer window.
Because they done £100 million when no other club done £100 million in that transfer window.
Sorry, have they done anything wrong?
Yeah, but listen, them 2 players. If you put them 2 players in Chelsea side, you put them 2 players in Liverpool side.
Yeah, why didn't put them in your side? Why didn't put them in your side?
Complete. I would have had them all day long.
No, but you didn't.
Don't blame City for going out and spending money in January. It's not illegal.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it don't take a genius to work out. When you put 2 world-class players that would walk into pretty much, actually, looking at it across Europe, them 2 players now, you name a squad, them in the whole of Europe, that them 2 players wouldn't walk in now.
But what's the problem with that?
I don't understand what your argument is.
What's the argument?
What I'm saying is it's easy when you can go out and do 100 million.
No, it's not easy. It's not easy at all, actually.
Well, Man United have done it for years, and where's that got them? Chelsea have done it. Where's that got them?
If they'd signed them 2 players, old Chelsea, they'd be laughing now, mate.
Yeah, but you still got...
It's not easy. It's not easy to get that formula right. It's simply not.
Jay, it's easy to gun Arsenal, mate. That's what it is.
I'm not gunning Arsenal. I'm not a pop at Arsenal. I'm just saying how well City have done.
But Mr. O'Hara is a lot of the time.
Well, no, listen, fair play to you. You've done well, but you've stunk the gaff out. It's fine.
You have.
But
you have.
Listen,
you're terrible to watch.
Yeah, but Cundy said it earlier, right? Cundy said this, right? And he's put it bluntly.
What did I say?
To be able to compete on 4 levels, right? And to do it consistently and be there all the time. Yeah, we might finish second this year. I'm going to be gutted like we all are.
But you're not competing on 4 levels, though, are you?
Well, we have. We've just got to a final of the League Cup, and we've got to a quarter-finals of thing. We're in the semi-finals of Champions League, and we're first in the league again, guys. I don't understand what we. And do you know what will happen?
Well, you lost the Carabao Cup final, you lost the FA Cup, and you might lose the Premier League.
Because you play Kepa instead of Raya.
All right, but
it's quite simple.
To say you like this is the 4th FA Cup in a row that Man City are in the final. That's consistency.
When you're doing that money. It's easy when you're doing that.
Oh, you can't keep going on about the money, Gab.
Hold on, sorry, you're not paupers.
No, listen, I'm not saying that, but at the end of the day...
It's an Eze in the summer.
Listen, that Mark Guéhi, if he'd gone Liverpool, they'd have had a different season all entirely. You know that. You both know that.
Maybe you're right, maybe you're not. But where I'm giving Pep credit is that he has managed to bring in new players and integrate them into that team and get a partnership with Kushyanov at the back with Mark Guéhi. Those two there, they look like Rolls Royces, the pair of them. And it's not easy to go and make a partnership straight away at a team that's playing at the level City are.
Yeah, but it is. Yeah,
no,
but
it's not.
Mark Guéhi because Mark Guéhi's got that experience.
Yeah, I know, but Kushyanov... I don't know, we're going around in circles.
Mark Guéhi, he might be the one that actually... He might be the fella that actually helps England do something this summer because defensively he's about all we've got.
Well, we'll say.
I still think.
Gab, listen, thanks for your call.
I said there earlier that you work all season. That's why pre-season is so important. You get your targets in the summer to bring in players. I know Pep can lean on that and get the checkbook out and buy players. Still got to make it work. By buying players doesn't necessarily mean guaranteed success. He's had to put Mark Guéhi and Kushyanov together at the back. You just look at Man City's side now. You don't have to be a Man City fan. You can rattle off their best 11 now, and the Foden ain't in it.
No,
because Cherky's in there.
Yeah.
You know how they line up. Mark, you know Silva's is going to play. I know Rodgers picked up an injury. You got Gonzalez in there now. The back four is pretty much settled in the best 11, right?
Yeah,
and he's managed to find that formula, and they look good. They and he's got City not just into fighting with Arsenal. He's now got the upper hand with the games in hand. So look, it's going to be a straight shootout.
All right, keep your calls coming in. 03 717 22 33
The big news is that Liam Rosenior has been sacked by Chelsea after 5 straight Premier League losses in which Chelsea didn't score a single goal. That's their worst record since 1912. Now, Chelsea would have preferred Rosenior to stay and be judged in years rather than weeks, but it simply wasn't possible. And as a consequence, a mid-season change is needed. Even though Rosenior only got the job in January, what I can tell you is that the players have already been informed. They were off today, and Callum McFarland will take charge of the team until the end of the season on an interim basis. And that includes the weekend's FA Cup semi-final against Leeds United at Wembley, and then Chelsea in the summer will do a thorough process to replace Rosenior, but they're going to take their time with that. So Rosenior sacked after that loss to Brighton, arguably Chelsea's worst performance in many, many years. And it is an interim manager in Callum McFarland to take charge until the end of the season.
Ben, firstly, well done on breaking the news. I'm looking at all the other media outlets. We've got it before everyone. So I really appreciate you telling talkSPORT first. Why the big change of heart? Because it wasn't that long ago the owners came out and almost confirmed the fact that they were going to stick with their manager, and they see him in that position for a long, long time. Why all of a sudden is it the change of heart? Is it the performance? Is it the result last night?
It's a results-driven business, and I also think that there was an issue with the dressing room too. Obviously, Chelsea are really keen to show their respect for Liam Rosenior.
Yeah, you are listening to the Game Day phone on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Hara, and Jason Cundy alongside me. Keep your calls coming in. We are with you till 10 o'clock tonight. 03 717 22 33 Time now to discuss some of the main topics of the day, though, all thanks to Betfair.
Topic of the day on talkSPORT with Betfair. 18plusgambleaware.org.
Liverpool obviously won against Crystal Palace today. 3-1. Big result for them. They needed it. I'll be honest, Chase, didn't see much of the game because my head was in the Spurs game.
Yep.
But it was a good result, good win?
And it was a good win. Any win's a good win, of course it is. Liverpool, they're not at their shiny, sparkliest best. Went 2-0 up, actually second half. I felt Palace on another day might get something out of the game. The big talking point is...
It was the goal, right?
Yeah, the Muniz goal. Was it Muniz?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The keeper's down, Woodall's down, and he's in the box holding his knee. I don't think the referee sees him. I've had a look at the referee, look at his body shape, look at his head's gone, and I don't think there's anything wrong with the goal.
He's down injured, though.
He's down injured.
As keeper.
Yeah, but the referee hasn't seen him. So what do? I don't think the ref has seen it. I mean, the problem you've got is that goalkeepers now, and they do it, we've heard managers admit to it, that when a goalkeeper goes down in the box and he's a bit disorientated, they're all at it. By the way, I don't want to point fingers. They're all at it. And they use that to manipulate the referee. Goalkeeper's down, blow the whistle. I don't think Muniz has done anything wrong. Play on. The referee's got the whistle in his mouth. If he doesn't blow the whistle, play on. And he reacts to that, and the goal is scored. For me, it's a perfectly good goal. Had the referee seen the goalkeeper down, he may well have stopped the game. But he didn't.
Yeah.
And he didn't stop the game. You played to the whistle.
Okay, after the 3-1 win against Crystal Palace, Liverpool manager Arne Slot gave his thoughts on the game.
I said many times that the first chance of the other team is a goal, and that definitely didn't happen today as well. And that's what I mean. The margins are so small in the Premier League. Sometimes, or a lot of times, we've been very unlucky with that the result didn't reflect our performance. Today, I think it's fair to say that that Palace maybe deserved more than they got, but that has happened in the games we played against Palace to us. That away at Palace, I think, especially after the second half, we deserved more, and the Charity Shield was an equal game as well. So it's every time an equal game, and the margins are small, as you saw today. They could have scored the 1-1, and on the other hand, we scored the 2-0. Yeah, that's the current Premier League.
Yeah, look, Arne Slot gets a win today. He has come under a bit of scrutiny recently, and potentially, about him losing his job. Liverpool fans have wanted him out, really. It does look like, though, that they're going to stick with him, Jace.
Yeah, and I think you should always reflect on the season at the end of the season if you can. If you haven't sacked your manager halfway through like Chelsea have. When you get to the end of the season, sit down. How did things go? What was the situation in Champions League? They got beaten by the much the better side in PSG. That's no disgrace. I think the way that they've kind of limped out of them defending their Premier League title early on, they had a real sticky period halfway through the season, real sticky period. And, I think that needs to be looked at as well. They're just not the Liverpool that we... And I go back to this. That Klopp Liverpool team was one of the best Premier League sides I've seen.
Yeah.
That energy, that excitement, that closing down. You have to be a Liverpool fan to appreciate what that team did. They've lost Trent. 2 fullbacks have not adjusted. Kirkes just hasn't looked the same. Robertson scored a brilliant goal today, by the way. The right back position has been a major problem for Slot. He's had Jones there. He's had Schlobosai in there. He's had Frimpong in there. Who's the other? The Irish lad who's injured. I do apologise, can't remember. But that has been a problem. He hasn't had a consistent right back. Klopp had his fullbacks, Trent, Robertson. The 2 best at that time. Conor Bradley, that's the one. I do apologise. Conor Bradley. He went injured, right? And they've not. He was where Arsenal picked up the injury.
Yeah.
He's not been fit ever since. That's been a real concern on that right hand side. And I think Salah's that dip in form. You look at Van Dijk, Kanate, in and out. You wouldn't hang your hat on Liverpool.
No.
You wouldn't hang your hat on it at all. But it's a good win. Palace can be a tricky customer. They got their eyes on someone else on Thursday night. They got their own Conference League semi-final. Vert scored an unbelievable goal today. Unbelievable strike. That's the sort of thing you look at and go, yeah, that's
what you pay
for. That looks like that type of player. Slobosai's been their best player by a country mile.
Yeah, he has.
Isak back, scored the goal. You look at Ekatike.
Do you think Liverpool can get back to title challenges next season with Arne Slot?
Feels like no. Because I've just seen a
then he shouldn't be in the job then, should he?
It feels like a no from me. But listen, I can't answer that. Ask Liverpool fans if they feel he's capable. But I've seen Liverpool, and I said this, I didn't think Liverpool were great last year. I genuinely didn't. I just thought they were okay. And they won the league at a canter. But they've not kicked on. And there's been reasons as I've just highlighted.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was a look at some of the main topics of the day, all thanks to Betfair 18+, Gambleware.org.
Topic of the day on talkSPORT with Betfair, 18+, Gambleware.org.
Right, let's go to Isak. He's a Newcastle fan. All right, Isak?
Hello, lads. How are we doing?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. What's happened to yous?
Tell me about it. It's to be honest, these cracks have been showing for a long time this season, not just recently. It's the players aren't in it anymore. I don't think Eddie Howe's in it more, to be honest. As much as he's coming out and saying, he's still got fire in his belly, and it's not showing, lads. It's not showing. There's a lot going on, to be honest. There's a few things that I can pinpoint in particular, but yeah.
Well, go on. What are they?
Well, I think for a start, after the Sunderland game, you lose twice against Sunderland in the season. That's a big deal as a Newcastle manager. I think the alarm bell started ringing at that point under Eddie Howe's name. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Eddie Howe. For what he's done for the club, I think he's a brilliant manager. I think he'll eventually go on to manage England because I think the youth in him, the attacking play style will work really well with the players we've got at England currently. And I'd love to see it, an Englishman win with England. However, I think the players are bored. Just as people get bored of jobs, I think the players are bored of Eddie Howe, the same tactics, the way we're playing. Obviously, it all went downhill after the Isak situation last year. That's where it really started to think, hang on a sec, we can leave, we can use this club, because we've been used as a stepping stone for many years. And now we've got all this money and vision behind us and whatnot. It's still got that same mindset now, and I think we've gone up, and we're going back in circles now, down to where we were. Obviously, I can.
Would you get rid of Eddie Howe in the summer?
I would get rid of him before the summer. Not in a way of.
What's the point? You've got 4 games left.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's either now or at the start, very, very start of the summer. We've got a lot of rebuilding to do. We've got a big summer ahead of us, and I think we've got to use that summer. Not like this summer that's just gone by. We've got to use this summer to invest heavily in that squad. There's 9 of them players need changing big time.
9.
9, yeah. Honestly, if you
Wissa today. You spent 50 million quid on Wissa, right? It's an unbelievable opportunity for him to score. For a striker at that level, you got to hit the target. Come on. And he's done nothing for you this season. Nothing.
Well, this is the thing. We signed Whisper as a striker. If you look at him under Brentford, he was never the striker. He was playing alongside Membremo on the right. We've got Gordon, who's claiming he's injured. I think, to be honest, lads, he's doing another Isak. He'll be off. And the way he's played this season, if someone snaps us up 75, 80 million, he can go. I'll take him to the airport. He's not worth it. Although on his day he's a brilliant player, he's got loads of energy. He's still got the youth on his side. He can go. He's not worth that price tag, and that's the English tax that you're paying on those kind of players. Voltemade, now that's a different one. I feel sorry for him, to be honest. Had a brilliant start, first 6 games, scored a handful of goals. It felt like he was an Isak replacement in that moment of time. However, as time's gone on, he's dropped his level. Eddie Howe, instead of saying, "Oh, come on, let's get it back on the pitch," he's playing him centre midfield. The own goal against Sunderland, he was dropped after that. He's Germany's main striker. How the hell is he not starting for a 14th place Premier League side?
I like that Osula though. I have to say, I think he's a decent player.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's a young kid, but I feel like he's got something about him. He's sharp, he's quick, good feet. He knows where the net is. It is what it is. But Voltemade, he should be doing better. As simple as that. Wisser's been terrible.
He should be, but then Voltemade, where's the service?
Yeah. All right, listen, I've got to let you go because I've got a break. Keep your calls coming in on the Game Day phone in. I've got an hour left. If you want to have your say, 03 717 22 33 44.
It's expensive as well, living in Paris by the sounds of it, Emmanuel. It's expensive being Emanuel Petit by the sounds of it as well.
No, so happy to be Emanuel Petit,
Oh, quite right.
If I was not Emanuel Petit, I wish I could be Emanuel Petit. Honestly, my life is beautiful.
Well, let's get into this. What do you like about him?
Well, I always do what I like, I don't do things because I don't want to do it. And this is a luxury, especially nowadays. People would think, okay, with the money you earn, but I gave everything to my ex-wives. I had 3 divorces and I gave the half of it to the States too. But I'm still very happy. I try, every single morning when I wake up, I want to stay positive because life is beautiful. I know it's very difficult, but if you want things to change in your life, you have to be positive. This is my religion.
Coming on this show often might change that.
Well, I was going to say,
if I have to come every single day with Simon, maybe it will change after a month.
I'm positive. I was going to say, Emmanuel, you only do things in life that you want to do, and you're sitting beside him.
It's a luxury, actually, because most of the people, they don't have the choice to do it.
Do you know when you won it? In '98, what was the culture like in that squad? The environment, what was
amazing.
What was the mood? Who's your best pal in that squad?
Patrick, Fabien, Robert. I had so many strong links, with former players.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
You're listening to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. Me, Gemma and Jason Cundy, 03 717 in 22 3344. Number to call. You want to have your say on any of today's football, whether you're on your way home from a game, watched on TV, listened to talkSPORT. Following us tonight from 10 p.m, Fight Night. Adam Catchell, Adi Oladipo. There's Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury in the advanced stages of an agreement. They'll be talking about that. Now, though, talkSPORT is your home of Saturday afternoon football. And here's how you heard today's action across the network.
Check your passports, Fulham fans, just in case. Fulham 1, Aston Villa 0.
It's game over. Liverpool 3, Crystal Palace 1. It's Wirtz who's got it, and it's a sublime finish. The ball falls to him, and he doesn't have much time to think about it, but he just swings a right leg at it, and it absolutely fizzes into the far top corner.
We finally have a goal. Wolves 0, Tottenham 1. João Palhinha from close range. When the Spurs go marching in, that is the noise that is coming from the away fans over there. They know just how big that moment could be in their season.
West Ham 2, Everton 1. West Ham only in the bottom 3 for about 3 minutes. Ball played across on the left-hand side, and it was steered home with composure by substitute Callum Wilson. A West Ham survival battle goes on.
Eberechi Eze has put Arsenal in front, and it is a wonderful goal. Relief. They've got over the line. A huge 3 points. They are back on the top of the Premier League. It's finished. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0.
Yeah, big weekend as usual in the Premier League. Keep your calls coming in. But now, though, we're going to get our winners and losers of the weekend so far.
O'Hara and Cundy's weekend winners and losers.
Yeah, it's that time of the weekend. We pick our weekend's winners and losers. I feel like you're going to mock it.
No.
Let's see where you go with it.
No.
What are we thinking?
The winners, York City. What an unbelievable end to a game. Adrian Durham described it. I think he said it's like 2 Aguero goals in the same game.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Right, so
it was ridiculous.
Rochdale at home score in the 96th minute to go 1-0 up, and that puts them top of the table.
Yeah.
Because they ran onto the pitch, the fans celebrated.
Yeah.
In 103 minutes, York City score. You're not convinced the ball's over the line?
I don't think it's over the line, but...
York City then leave. The Rochdale manager said he was so gutted he couldn't do any press. Well, he's got to rally the troops.
Yeah.
Because it is a devastating blow. You're up, and then 6 minutes later, you're in the playoffs.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
So well done, York City. Mikel Arteta, another win.
Just on that, by the way, in the National League, right? Yeah. One team goes up.
Yeah, that seems so
And
harsh.
I think Rochdale and York, I think they're both on 100 points, right?
Over 100 points, pair of them.
Right? And we've seen it before.
Yeah.
Wrexham done it, and I think there's another team who was alongside them and got 100 points, and they had to go into playoffs. They managed to get up. It happens quite a lot, right?
It does.
The fact that only one team goes up from the National League, I think it's a disgrace.
It's automatic, yeah.
It is a disgrace, right? They need to get... The National League now has got some really good teams in it and some big clubs who are trying to get there.
Yep.
The fact that only one team goes up and then you have to go through the playoffs, I think it's an absolute joke.
I totally agree
There should
with
be
you.
2 teams go up automatic, 1 through the playoffs.
Jay, I totally agree with you, but everyone knows the
York
rules.
have got 108 points.
Yep.
Rochdale have got 106.
Jay,
they might not go up, Rochdale.
No.
106 points.
I did hear a stat, and I might have made this stat up, right? So brace yourself.
All right, here we go.
But it's something like the team that's finished second in the last 20 odd, only 6 have got promoted.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
So that's how difficult it is to kind of fight all season and then to find yourself. So I totally agree with that.
You know, they call it non-league, right, nationally. They say it's not. It's not non-league, right? These are professional football clubs.
They're
big football clubs.
They're full-time.
You know, professional outfits. It's league-free, right? Then make it properly then. One team going up automatic is outrageous.
I don't know what the relationship is between that and the EFL. I don't know how that plays out, and then there might be some legalities that you and I don't quite grasp or understand.
Yeah, but come on,
no, Jay,
it should be one more team
fall out
automatic.
me over it.
No, I know, but I see it a lot, and I know York and Rochdale come together. They've done a statement. I think the pair of them saying it is. I
totally agree with you.
It's a joke.
I totally agree. Yes. Anyway, well done, York City.
Yeah, well done.
Mikel Arteta is also a winner. It's a game today they had to win. They put some recent domestically some performances results behind them. Had to win. Most important thing, go top of the table, which they did. Manchester City did what they did at Wembley, but they now have to play catch up again. So we've got an absolute shootout. So well done, Mikel Arteta. And another winner, Roberto De Sperzi.
Oh.
Roberto De Sperzi is in there.
He's finally in there. Spurs.
First win of 2026 in
the
Premier League.
Spurs are back.
I don't know if you're back, Jay.
We're back.
No, I don't know if you're back, matey.
Big win, mate.
But well done, Roberto De Sperzi. 1-0 victory away at Wolves. Wolves are done. Didn't play particularly well, Spurs. Doesn't matter. Got the win. Well done them. Losers.
Yeah.
Rochdale. I feel harsh doing that.
Yeah, it's harsh, mate.
I feel so harsh.
It's harsh.
That's what's written in front of me.
That is harsh, mate. That's harsh.
But when you score in the 96th minute at home to get promotion, just hold on. Just hold on. Don't let them score.
No, but the goal they concede is outrageous.
Don't concede at them.
No.
Win the header. Win the header.
I don't think it's over the line.
Win the first ball, win the second ball, and you're okay. They're home and host. All right? Maybe the fans have got to look at themselves because they're the reason they ran on the pitch. They're the reason it got extended to well over 100 minutes.
Yeah.
All right? So look at yourselves, fans. So you can play yourself in there as well.
Okay.
Rochdale fans.
What's that?
Reggie Labrie. Oh my gosh.
Stinker.
3 goals in 6 minutes last night. Forest were rampant, matey.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely rampant.
It's an outrageous result from them.
It is an outrageous result. What's been a really good season for them. Yeah, they'll be hoping that it doesn't tail off in disappointment because there's not a lot to choose between them on 46 points and Newcastle on 42. So they want to finish above
49.
They want to finish above their neighbours. Don't finish below Newcastle. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, no.
Bragging rights.
European football and
yeah, no,
the cards.
Yeah.
What's happening now? Okay, what's the last one?
In the losers, Roberto De Sperzi. He's in the losers as well. He
What do you
won
mean?
the first time he gets his win. He gets his win. He's thinking, yeah, we've won. Well done us. Yeah, we're pat on the back. Still in the bottom 3, Jay. He's still in the bottom 3.
We can't be putting the losers if we won. We can't be the winners and the losers.
Roberto De Sperzi, he's in the winners and he's in the losers. Only Spurs could do that. I don't make the rules.
That's out of order.
I just said I don't make the
It's out of order, mate.
Roberto De Spursy. He's in the winners.
Can you stop
and he's in the losers.
Okay, can you stop the Roberto De Spursy? Right, stop that. It's not a thing.
Well,
you're trying to make it a thing.
Well,
you're trying to mug us off. You're trying to make it a thing when it's not a thing yet.
Well,
right, he's come in, he's drawn and won.
Okay. So well done in the winners. Bad luck you in the losers as well. That's just how this show rolls.
All right, that's your weekend's winners and losers.
O'Hara and Cundy's weekend winners and losers.
Roberto De Spursy. Sticking, Jay.
What?
It's gonna stick.
No, you're trying to make it stick, right?
It's stuck already, mate.
No, it's not stuck. No one's talking. No one's saying it. No one. You're trying to make something stick that's not sticking.
Roberto De Spursy.
No,
it's gonna stick.
It's not gonna stick because when he keeps us up, what are you gonna say? You can't say Roberto De Spursy then, can you?
Still Roberto De Spursy.
No, not having it. Keep the calls coming in. We're going to take them now until 10 o'clock. 03 717 22 33.
Roberto De Spursy.
What's happened?
Hello, matey.
What's happened?
You all right?
How are you, matey? You good?
I'm all right. Yeah, very well. Thank you very much.
Gaffer's gone.
Yeah.
Gaffer's
after
slapped.
Yeah, last night's performance
Slap.
was unacceptable, mate.
Yeah, he got slapped.
Yeah, something.
Slap.
That could not stay the same. The run of results and performances have just led to this. I mean, you heard me last night. I was absolutely crestfallen last night.
Thought he'd done well, mate. Thought he'd done well.
Well,
First
the fact that he's gone suggests that he didn't. You know, it's one of those situations that something had to give, and we weren't. You know, you can't go through over 8 hours of football without scoring a match in a game in the Premier League. You can't do that. Those glasses look ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Are they hurting your eyes? I'll put them on. They start to.
I can't see nothing.
So if I do some hand signals to you, you won't see them.
No, I can't see. I actually genuinely. I'm disappointed. He's a good manager, Rosenior.
Well,
playing some good stuff.
He may well be in the future a very good manager, but right here, right now, things were falling apart at the seams, and they were falling apart quite quickly. The last goal we scored in the Premier League was away in a victory against Aston Villa 4-1.
Yeah.
That was in March.
Yeah, encouraging signs in.
And you can't carry on playing games. And last night's performance, it was unacceptable. That was completely unacceptable. You can look and you can lose a football match, and I've seen over the years Chelsea lose plenty of football matches, but it's the manner in the defeat, and the players, they need to look at themselves as well, by the way.
Yeah, keep your calls coming in on the Game Day phone in 03 717 223344. Let's go to Mark. He's a Wimbledon fan, right, Mark?
Super Dons.
You all right, boys?
How
you doing, boys? You all right?
I'm all right, Mark. You all right? You good?
Oh, mate, I'm frazzled. That was horrible today.
Yeah, you managed to get it over the line, right?
Just about, but it was like up until 70, we were going down. And then Burton equalised, and then we scored with literally the last kick of the game. It's lovely, but I just want a boring season, boys. I just want a mid-table, you know? Like, just give me a nice mid-table, nothing to play for with 6 games to go. Thank you very much.
Okay, let me ask you this. What was Johnny Jackson's remit? Because you got promoted. I was at the playoff final last year at Wembley. So you get promoted. Is it just stay up? Because if that's the case, then mission accomplished.
Oh, mate, this year was 5th bottom all day long. Just stay up. Yeah. That was all it was.
I mean, you actually got off to a decent start. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. You weren't a million miles outside those playoff places.
Oh, we've had a shocker last 6-7 weeks. We've lost both centre backs, the keeper, the 2 boys that have scored 30 of our goals this season are both out.
Right.
Like, just struggling. So it was a bit of a worry. Where like the other week we played Hutchinson, the centre back. He had a heart attack after a game against Grimsby last year. You know, like wasn't ideal, but stayed up, switching to the 50+1 model next year, bit of money in, like, just move on, you know? It's nice when you think 10 years ago we were playing what?
True.
Sandhurst Town, and now we've got Leicester away.
Good team, Sandhurst Town.
Oh, mate, well, you should know, Jay, you're playing them in 2 seasons.
Listen, Mark, thanks for your call. Let's go to Jordan. He's a Man United fan. Jord?
All right, Jord.
All right, how's it going?
All right, mate.
All right, Jord, go on. What do you want to say?
I've got a quick question for Jamie. Just basically, would you, as a Spurs fan, switch your season this season for United if it meant you didn't win the Europa League final?
No.
You wouldn't?
No, I wouldn't, no. No, it's a trophy.
You would take the win over what the season you're going through now?
It's Europa League win. Of course I would. That celebration, that moment. Yeah, it's what you live for, right?
What if it means you go down this season?
Yeah, but then that's on Spurs. But as a fan, it was an unbelievable moment, right? We won the Europa League. It's incredible. Champions League football.
Moment, yes, but I just as a Europa for winning.
Okay,
the Europa League,
all right. Well, I'll give it back to you. Would you swap?
If it meant if we stayed up,
well, that's not the question.
You can't move the goalposts.
You've moved the goalposts. Would you swap?
If we stayed up, I would switch it. But if it meant we had to go down, I would rather you.
But that's not the question you asked me.
Well, what would you do in that situation then? Would you, if it meant you went down, would you take that?
I can't answer that because we're not down yet.
No, hypothetically though, if you were to go down, would you take the win or would you take the loss? Which way around would it be?
I don't know.
It's a tough question. I was asking a couple of lads at work, and they're Spurs fans, and a lot of them said, I know we haven't won a trophy in ages, they were saying, and all that sort of stuff, but they would much prefer to win the trophy, obviously, and go down this season. A lot of them were saying that, which I thought was crazy.
I mean, it's really and truthfully, when you think about it, it's this unbelievable situation that we won the Europa League last season, got Champions League football, and we could go down. I mean, it's ridiculous. I thought, really and truthfully, Spurs, that game was built as the team that wins this game is the team that's going to kick on next season, right? Because we got the money, Champions League, it'd be in a different situation. It's gone the complete opposite way. Man United have been the team that have progressed.
Is that down to having too much football to play, sort of thing, and not enough squad depth?
Well, I just think you signed better players than us in the summer, and you're Man United. And Spurs are never going to be Man United.
Yeah, and Wemmer and Cundy signers were absolute top draw from us.
Yeah. Helps when you got players like Bruno Fernandes in your team. I mean, you were terrible last season, but you still had better players than us.
Oh yeah, and I've been saying this season, all season, that Bruno Fernandes has been the best Premier League player.
I don't know. What would you do, Jace? Europa League win, but you go down next season.
If I was a Spurs fan, it's just hard for me to try and put you in your shoes because you don't know what it's like to win things. You've had that moment, right?
No, honestly,
what do you mean?
You can just never answer a simple question without being an idiot.
No, I'm being honest. Do you know what's unbelievable? It's just dawned on me.
Go on.
This is unbelievable, right? Putting back your logos, gang, right?
Here we go.
2016.
Go on.
Who won the Premier League title? Leicester, right?
Yeah.
They've just got relegated.
Yeah.
Who finished second that season?
Spurs.
Might get relegated.
Actually, no. Arsenal finished second.
You finished second, right? Who
finished third?
Who stopped you from winning the title?
Chelsea.
Who might send you down?
Everton.
Chelsea might send you.
You ain't sending us down, mate. It's going to go.
See, fast forward 10 years, right? Leicester won the...
Did you just make all that... Like,
no, this is fact. This is fact.
It's not fact.
2016, Leicester won the title. Yeah. They're getting relegated this season down to League One. Spurs, who could have won the title. Chelsea stopped them winning the title. Hazard equaliser. Kale. 2 up. Kane and Son. Bang. Stopped you winning the title.
Yeah.
We can send you down 10 years later. You're basically following Leicester.
Yeah, but you could also keep us up.
You're following Leicester.
You could also keep us up.
Following Leicester.
No, but we're not, though, are we yet?
You're
we're
following
not yet.
Leicester.
We're not down yet. And all you Chelsea fans
basically
say, we can send Spurs down, we can relegate
basically,
Spurs. Well, you could keep us up because you're absolutely garbage.
You're just Leicester.
Yeah, but you're garbage.
Jay, imagine that. We stopped you winning the title in 2016.
I hope Leeds pump you tomorrow.
10 years later, Chelsea stopped, after we stopped Spurs winning the title at Stamford Bridge, really late on in the season, we'll get the date. Oh my God, it might be...
It's not going to be the same date, mate.
Right?
Shut up.
And then 10 years later, we put a nail in the coffin and send Spurs down the Championship to play the Imps.
I
Jay,
hope you get
Jay, I wanna
pumped
get
by
that.
Leeds tomorrow. I hope you get pumped.
Right, Jack.
I hope we beat you and stay up.
Jack, can you get that date that Chelsea drew 2-2 with Spurs and said when we started winning the title?
Honestly.
Oh, do you know what? It's got to be close. It's got to be really close, Jay. There's going to be days in it.
It's not.
Days in it. 10 years later, we managed to go bang, 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 another nail in the Spurs coffin.
You're an idiot. 2nd of May.
2nd of May. I told you it was going to be days in it. Jay, it's happening. It's happening again. It's happening again, Tottenham Hotspur. It's happening again.
You ain't sending us down. You are not sending us down.
Sports bar.
Let's go to Gaz. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Gaz?
All right, Gaz.
Hello, you're right.
How are you, Gaz? Would you make your...
Well, that last 5 minutes was brilliant.
Wow.
I love it when you give it to him.
10 years, nearly to the day. Nearly to the day.
You ain't sending us down.
Nearly to the day.
You're going to keep us up.
Jay, 10 years on.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, my gosh.
Honestly, like, no one cares.
10-year anniversary, we do it again.
Literally no one cares about Chelsea. No one.
You will do, mate, in a couple of weeks.
Gaz.
Sorry, Gaz.
Arsenal win 1-0 today. You got it over the line. It's not a great watch again. I mean, Newcastle, if they were any good, they could have got something from that.
It's such a tough watch the last month. It's not like the 4-1s against Spurs, I'll tell you that.
It's the only time you've been good.
It's been so difficult to watch. But, Man City have caught us up. We are now ahead of them, technically.
Yeah.
But the goals scored. If they win 1-0, they go ahead of us again. It's just so tough to watch. But
do you know what, though, right?
That's what we do.
You know what?
Both
of you could win all your games. I do think you might drop points, but I actually, when you look at the fixtures, Arsenal have they've got easier fixtures now. I can't see you really drop. I can't really see Arsenal dropping a point. I don't think you can. No. With the games that you've got.
I've still got Arsenal's favourites to win the title.
Man City have got some tough games. They've still got. I think they've got to play Villa. They got to play Bournemouth away. Both teams getting European football. Do you know? I know Man City they produce big moments, but if I was an Arsenal fan, points on the board again today. Man City got to go again. I don't know. I'd be quite confident right now if I was Arsenal.
Yeah,
I should be, and I really wish I was. And by the time they play next, Man City, we should be 6 points ahead if we beat Fulham. But I mean, yeah, it's just is it history?
Sit tight, Gaz. I'm going to hear it in your voice, mate. Sit tight. I've got your favourites still to win it. It's going to be it is going to be tight, and it may come down to goal difference. You never know, but
it come down to goal scored.
Well, that as well. Yeah, that as well.
Yeah. How does it work? Is it goal scored?
Goal difference, then goal scored.
Goal difference, then goal scored, then goals.
And then head-to-head. Head-to-head can't happen.
Which City you're ahead on?
Head-to-head can't happen because if it goes head-to-head, City win the title.
Yeah. What's the process though if it keeps going? I don't know.
Oh, that's it. I'm pretty sure, Gaz. You must have done these maths. I haven't. It's goal difference, goal scored, head-to-head, right?
Yeah. So basically, if it's goal scored and goal difference is the same, then City won it because they've obviously 2-1 and then 1-1.
Yeah. All right. Gaz, listen, thanks for your call. Keep on coming in. 03 717 22 33 44.
talkSPORT's Alex Crook has got some information about Enzo Maresca.
Yeah, I think the vibe coming out of the Northwest for some time now has been that Pep Guardiola is more likely to depart than to stay at the end of the season. Whether winning the Premier League title will influence that decision one way or another remains to be seen, but it does seem like the direction of travel is this is going to be the last few weeks of Pep Guardiola's tenure, despite the fact he's got another year left on his contract. There was always a suspicion, I think, from Chelsea that when Enzo Maresca left the club on New Year's Day, his next port of call would be Manchester City. talkSPORT understands Maresca very much the front runner. Should, as expected, Pep Guardiola step down at the end of his trophy-laden tenure at the end of the season. There has been some suggestions that maybe there's still some contractual issues with Chelsea. We're being told by sources close to Maresca that he is free to take another job as soon as this summer. And I've been told by more than one source that high-level talks between Manchester City, their sporting director Hugo Viana, and Maresca have been taking place. Now, that's not to say City want Guardiola to leave now, but of course they have to prepare for that eventuality. So Guardiola likely, we think, to depart at the end of the season, and Enzo Maresca very much the heir apparent.
And if that is to happen, what has been the impact on on the Premier League by Pep Guardiola?
I think Sir Alex Ferguson's got to be number one, hasn't he? But you would say Premier League era, Pep Guardiola number two. But that's the playing style.
I was going to say, his effect on English football has been total, hasn't it?
Because everyone's doing it now.
Right, keep your calls coming in on the Game Day phone in 03 717 22 33 44. Following away loss to West Ham, Everton boss David Moyes was asked about the controversial penalty decision that wasn't awarded.
I find the decision incredibly strange. It was unfortunate for the player, but it was. I mean, when you see it, he actually puts his hand to the ball, and sort of half punches it away. He's got his two arms round Tierno Barry at the time, which, you know, he shouldn't have in the first place because it shouldn't be right, but they don't stop it in the game now. They allow those sort of things to happen. And but his arm goes to the ball. If I'd seen the ball coming onto his arm, I would have said, hey, wait a minute, he's a bit unlucky. But unfortunately, the player put his arm, he sort of half punched the ball out the pitch, which, I mean, really, I can imagine if it had been the other way around here today and West Ham had got that situation against us, I think they would find it very hard not to give that decision.
Come on, Dave.
What do you mean, come on? It is a penalty.
No, it is a penalty. But I love the way managers really like to try and twist things to go, with it being the other way round. No, they made a mistake. They ballsed up.
No, but come on, how can you... Yeah, but
it's a mistake.
Are you saying mistake? They got
what
VAR.
What he's trying to imply...
They've got VAR.
What he's trying to imply is that, yes, they got VAR. Had it been the home crowd, so Stockley Park can't hear the crowd. They just made a mistake. It's a penalty.
Mate, I'm sorry.
But I can't accept what he said there.
No, I can accept what he said there.
Because you're saying there's home advantage.
Well, how can you not give that decision?
I agree with that. But what I can't agree with...
I feel like the jeopardy with
West
Ham and Spurs... It feels like there's, they'll go,
Dave, come on.
You know what? We won't make that one. You know, like when Man City, it's been happening for years.
Jay.
Man City get a big decision, you go, they wouldn't get that decision if they weren't playing for the title. It happens, Jace. It happens. And that decision for me is a shocker.
It is a shocker.
It's a shocker.
It's got nothing.
How can you get that wrong? How can VAR
I agree with that.
And go, that's not
I agree with all of that.
Penalty.
I agree with that. But what I can't accept is David Moyes trying to imply, had it been the other way round, that the decision would have gone his way. He's implying that they are conspiring against Everton, which is utter rubbish. It's utter rubbish.
It's not about conspiring. It's about...
That's what he's implying.
It's jeopardy. We've seen it. Come on, don't say...
jeopardy?
Well, you know, because it's a massive moment. It's a massive moment, and they go, you know what? Maybe we don't give that one.
Why? Okay, talk me through this. Okay, why don't they give it?
Well, because it's a massive moment in the game. and they're not, and they go, is it 100%? Because that decision could result in them losing the game. West Ham.
No. Their job is to make those decisions. They got this one wrong. I totally agree with that. What I cannot accept is David Moyes coming on national radio trying to imply had it been
it happened in the Spurs game, Sunderland. Brobby.
Those things happen, mate.
It's Brobby.
It's not
a sending off.
It's not a red
They've
card.
even come out on a panel and said that was a sending off.
It's not a red card.
It happened. What do you mean?
It's not a red card. When he pushes him off.
No, I'm talking when he pushes Romero.
Nah, it's not a red card.
Oh, James, do me a favour.
It's not a red card. No, it's not a red card.
What? Probably pushing Romero into Kingsley's not a red card. That's not reckless.
Oh no. Sorry, I thought you went the one on his.
No.
The one second yellow.
The second yellow.
That I'll give you. Yes, 100%. That's the second yellow.
Right,
I'll
get
give
it
you
right
that.
then.
Yes, I thought you meant.
I'm telling you, these things happen. We
Right.
go. No, I won't give that one.
Here we go. Get the violin out.
No, I'm.
Get the violin.
Well, David Moyes
is a conspiracy against Spurs.
No, it's not about Spurs.
Here we go.
It's about the Premier League bottling it. That's what it is. It's about the Premier League bottling it in big decisions. It happens at the top.
Where's the violin,
it happens at the top. It happens at the bottom. It happens every season.
What do you mean every season?
Man United used to get it, all the decisions.
Oh, here we go.
And everyone was always uproar about it. Man City get the big decisions and people go mad about it. It happens every season. So don't say it don't happen.
No, it does happen. It does happen, but there's no conspiracy. Can you just accept?
It's not about conspiracy.
There's no conspiracy.
No, it's the Premier League referees. They bottle it when it comes to big decisions. VAR there.
Don't bottle it.
It's a stonewall penalty. Stonewall.
It is.
And how you can get that wrong and say that that's not a penalty is outrageous.
Now, Jay, I agree it's a penalty, but what I cannot accept.
No, it's a joke. Don't play the violin.
No, play it.
No, don't play the violin.
No, play the violin.
David Moyes, they're looking at it's only Everton. It's only Everton. Right? Everton are trying to get European football. They're trying to get European football. It's a massive moment for Everton, that. Huge moment. And then West Ham get let off. Get off the hook. Get away with it. It's just ridiculous. It happens every year, mate. And don't say it don't, because it happens every season. Every season, the big clubs get the big decisions, and then the ones at the bottom, they don't get the decisions. It's happening to Spurs. All right, West Ham get it. But I'm sure there's moments where West Ham, looking and go, how's that gone our way? It happens all the time. Referees bottle it. They bottle it. And don't tell me it don't happen, because it does. And look, just this season, it happens to be Spurs are not getting the decisions. That's what it feels like. Arsenal last season, they had a massive moment about referees, didn't get the decisions. Don't tell me it don't happen, because it does. Turn that violin off.
Put it on one more time.
No. Let's go to Tom. He's an Arsenal fan. Tom?
Hello, lads. How we doing?
All right, Tom.
Not bad. Cundy's laughing already. How we doing? We good?
I'm all right, Tom. All right, mate. Go on. Look, you've got a result today. Fair play to you.
Yeah, I can feel the bitterness in your voice already. Jeez, I've not even got started.
But I still, with your fixtures, mate, I thought that was a tricky game today. But when Newcastle have been Newcastle, they always play well against you lot. But they were terrible. So the fact that you won 1-0, that's another game ticked off where I go...
You say that. We've beaten them the last time, 3 times we've played them. So you say they always play well against us. We've beaten them the last 3 fixtures.
Well, I'm just thinking about Carabao Cup games. I'm thinking about games...
You're a pundit, Jamie. Come on.
Well, no, but when I think about games that I've watched in the past, Newcastle are a good side. They are terrible right now.
Side. You just said they played well.
But they are terrible right now. They're terrible.
But that contradicts what you just said. You just said that they play well against every time. We've beaten them the last 3
I always think Newcastle play well against you. Whether they win...
Well, to be fair, he is right. In the Carabao Cup, they pulled your pants down.
Cundy, that wasn't in the last 3 times we played.
No, I'm just saying. But they did pull your pants down.
Listen. I'm bored of everyone coming on here and saying the game was fair. Listen, we didn't play great, but we've got 4 games to go. So let's just. I'm not saying I've been an advocate for how we've played this season, because I don't think we've played great. I'm not overly happy with how we've been performing the last 4 months. I've actually got, just to spice things up, I've got a question for both of you, right? I'll start with you, Jamie. We have to play West Ham in 2 games fixtures, right? So we've got to play them with 3 games to go.
Yeah.
Would you? Who are you supporting?
Horrible question.
I listen to you every week, every
What do you mean?
Day during the week. Who are you supporting in that fixture?
What do you mean?
I'm asking you, who are you supporting in that fixture?
Well, obviously, I want Arsenal to win.
You want Arsenal to win?
Well, of course I do. Why do I care if Arsenal win the league or not? You win that game. If you win that game, what do you mean? If Arsenal win that game, it puts West Ham in trouble, and we need to stay up. That's our position. Why would I care if Arsenal win?
I genuinely believe that you would rather see Tottenham. For you, Arsenal win the league is the be all and end all.
No, I don't give a monkeys. As long as Spurs stay up.
You don't care about Tottenham staying up. No, mate. I listen to you 5-6 times a week. You don't care about Arsenal winning the league. Tottenham staying up. It's all about Arsenal.
No, mate, come on, mate. Like, you're just being an idiot. Come on.
Tom,
what are you on
no,
about? Like, you're talking absolute rubbish.
Let me interject.
Mate.
Let me interject.
No, you're talking absolute garbage, mate. So no, you are. You're trying to say something that ain't true.
Tom,
right?
Tom,
I don't care if Arsenal win the league, you win the league.
Let me speak to Tom. Tom, he has never said he doesn't care about Spurs going down. You've made that up.
I'm not saying he specifically said that.
No, but you've just said that. You can't take that back then. Just take it back.
You've asked me a question and you haven't got the answer that you wanted.
Take it back, Tom.
I didn't say I got the answer that I wanted. I've kind of got a question for you as well.
Go on.
If I may. Right? So you also played Tottenham with two games to go.
Yeah.
Would you take Tottenham getting relegated if it meant that Arsenal win the Champions League?
No. Don't ask. No, I've got Spurs up. You lot can lose the Champions League final.
I thought Tottenham were your big rival.
No, mate. Listen, I've said I don't care whether Spurs stay. I'd rather Spurs stay in the Premier League because those games that happen, there ain't many big games. And you know what? As an Arsenal fan, you should want Spurs to stay in the Premier League as well.
Oh, Cundy, please.
No, you do because
don't give me that.
No. I'm telling you, and this is the reason why. The Premier League.
Do you want Tottenham to stay in the league? Do you want Tottenham to stay in the league? You're a big Chelsea fan.
Do you know what? I do. And I'm going to tell you why. If you let me talk, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because the games in the Premier League, there was a handful of games. I'm going to ask you the same question. I've got Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, Man United, West Ham, Man City. Other than that, they're all just kind of meh. Right? Name the big games at Arsenal. Name the big ones where you go then going, right, this is a proper game today. This is what I'm going to go and watch, and you don't know which way it's going to go. Name those games for me.
For me, as you said, Tottenham, of course.
Yeah.
It's a given.
Yeah.
Man United, up until about 4 years ago, it would have been Chelsea, but you don't give us a game.
No, but there's still didn't ask me to give you a game. I'm talking about the atmosphere.
You give us a game since 2021.
I know, but we won the Champions League twice since then. Don't at me, right? Listen. I'm not talking. I ain't talking.
2021.
Answer the question I've asked. Don't answer the question I didn't ask.
Please, go on.
No. The games you look forward to going to watch.
Man United, Tottenham, Man City and Liverpool. I don't look forward to playing Chelsea. You ain't given us a game in 5 years.
He's a liar. That doesn't mean to...
Well, regardless, he said Tottenham, so...
Yeah, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Because you're still...
Come on.
But, okay, Chelsea or Brentford? I'll make it easy for you.
2 months ago.
Chelsea or Brentford? Who'd you rather play? Who would you rather turn up? That's true.
Listen, you're clutching at straws.
No, I'm not. I'm giving you. No, I'm not. There's only a handful of big games in the Premier League. There's only a handful.
Listen. All jokes aside, of course, Chelsea's a big game for us, but I'm not disputing that. All jokes aside. However, you haven't given us a game for 5 years.
No, but that's. 5 years. No, but Spurs never. Spurs haven't given us a game in 25 years. Doesn't mean to say I don't look forward to it.
Spurs, regardless of anything, is a big game for Arsenal. They're our biggest rivals. Okay? So it's a completely different context to playing against Chelsea.
No, it's not.
Yeah?
It's not. You're lying to yourself.
You're
lying.
Now.
No, he's lying.
It's a massive game for Arsenal, regardless of anything. Jamie O'Hara, tell me the truth. Is Arsenal Tottenham, regardless of anything, regardless of form or anything, is Arsenal Tottenham a big game? It always is.
Of course
Arsenal Chelsea has not even got in the same stratosphere of a big game.
Well,
right?
Let's say that's your criteria, right? Fair enough, right? I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
That's not my criteria.
I don't believe you.
That's just fact.
Listen, you play. Listen, let me tell you now.
We're in London together.
Let me tell you now. Only 2 teams, only 2 Club World Cups, right?
Oh, here we go.
Right? No.
Right?
No. I'm just going to say.
Pulling the trophies out
and
again.
2 Champions Leagues.
Oh, here we go.
Right? When you've rocked up with those 2 big bad boys under your belt, come over to West London and we'll have a row. All right? Bring your lunch, bring your dinner, bring your breakfast.
Tom, listen, thanks for your call, mate. Keep them coming in. 03 717 22 33 44. Darren Bent had his Sound Drive show earlier, suggested a left field option.
I would go for someone in that type of concept that Jill Scott's talking about.
Yeah.
I would go for like Igor Thiago from Brentford.
He's been above and beyond.
He has been unbelievable.
How many goals has he got?
I think
he's second on the Premier League list.
He's got 21.
I think he's second.
Yeah, he's the first Brentford player to go to 21 Premier League goals because Ivan Toney at 20, Visit at 20, and Mbeumo at 20.
Unbelievable.
Do you know what I mean? And Brentford are now on the cusp of Europe. I know they're 9th right now, but if you look at where they are on the table, I mean, they're only, 2 points over 6th.
Igor Thiago, yeah, he's had a great season.
Yes, he has.
He has. And fair play to the lad. He's got himself in the Brazil squad, and he's a good player.
Yep.
Is that what we're talking about, though? A Brentford player getting a player of the season?
No, I can't agree with Benty, but he has done unbelievably well, and he's a bit of a throwback. I kind of hope a little bit that what we see with Haaland and Gabriel the other day, where there's that centre half against the centre forward, where you're going toe to toe, backing into players. And he's a little bit of a throwback. Those number 9s that we used to see in the Premier League, they don't exist anymore. They're tippy-tappy football. It's the game is all about scoring goals. If you score goals on a consistent basis, you're going to catch the headlines, right? And he's doing both. He's doing both. But who are those number 9s? Like those when I used to play. Like I used to play against or played with Kerry Dixon, right? As a Chelsea fan, right? Proper number 9, old school number 9.
Yeah.
Are they coming back into the game? Because you've got to play 4-4-2, or it feels like you might have to. Or if you've got that number 9.
Manchester City in the FA Cup final yet again. The first side in the rich history of this competition ever to make it through to 4 successive finals. Manchester City beat Southampton by 2-1.
Yeah, that's how Man City's 2-1 victory over Southampton in the FA Cup semi-final sounded live on talkSPORT. There is another massive one happening tomorrow as well. Jason Cundy's Chelsea taking on Leeds. Huge game for both sides. Yeah. Obviously, Leeds kind of got nothing to lose, right? Because they've had an unbelievable run to get there. They're not expected to go and win it, but actually, I think they've got a good chance.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We have been in free fall. I mean, the reason that Liam lost his job, the last 5 Premier League games, haven't scored over 8 hours of football. No creativity. We were absolutely terrible against Brighton midweek. I was fuming, as you well know.
Yeah, you were. You were.
But listen. Anyone can lose a foot, mate. Any team can. The way we lost that match, as it turned out, it was a sackable.
Cost him his job. Yeah,
it was a sackable performance.
It was a sackable
on the back of the previous ones. Yeah, and that's unacceptable. And you can't. Chelsea football, you cannot put up with that performance. And he's paid with his job. Callum McFarlane's come in. He lost away at Fulham, and he got a point away at Manchester City. He's come in. It's an appointment that the club didn't want to have to make, but were forced to. And do you know what? Leeds, I've seen them. I'm still quite amazed that Leeds are in the position where they are, because every time I see them, I come away going, they're actually not bad. And I've said this before. They went to 3 at the back away at Manchester City. They were 2-0 down, went to 2-2, and City scored a late goal. And on another day, Leeds might have won that game. They were that good. And since then, Farke stuck to that, and they've got it right.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves playing that system. They're very effective. I'm a big fan. Is it Goodmanson, the left back? Big fan of his. He's an up and down. He's a proper wing back.
Left back. Yeah.
And they've got a formula the way they play, and they were unbelievably good against Manchester United.
Do you think though, Chelsea, and you've said it because you've got big players, right? You've got huge, big time players. You turn up, trophy on the line. Wembley, semi-final.
Players are selfish animals, right? they'll see that they're 2 games away from winning an FA Cup. When there comes, the league form can differ. If there's not going to be a prize at the end of it, I've seen players drop in form. I've seen teams do it in Champions League. When there's something at the end of it, it's unbelievable how things can change when they see a prize at the end that's within grasp.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that the Chelsea players owe the Chelsea fans a performance. They owe it. They owe. And I'm looking at you, Pedro Neto, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you, Casado. I'm looking at you, Fernandez. I'm looking at you, Cucurella. I'm looking at all of those players that we're not. And it annoys me. I've said this before. It annoys me that everyone says we're a team of babies. We're not a team of babies. We're not. We have experienced players. We've got World Cup winners.
Yeah.
We've got European Championship winners in there.
Yeah.
We've got Club World Cup winners, right? Turn up, deliver. You owe the Chelsea fans a performance.
Mm-hmm.
And no, you can't look at Liam Rosenior anymore and point the finger in his direction. He's gone. Now it's on you.
Yeah. That's probably a good thing, though, right?
I think I've got my more hopeful now than I was after the Brighton game. That these players will have to go look at themselves and go, right. And also, something at the end of this is a prize. It's a big prize. FA Cup winners. Come on. Show what you've got under the bonnet. And I'm looking at all of them because they were terrible. Terrible. Come on. You paid a huge amount of money. You play for Chelsea Football Club.
Up the Leeds. Up the Leeds.
Dirty Leeds.
Up the
Dirty Leeds.
Leeds fans tomorrow.
And also the history between the two clubs goes back to the 70s, right? 1970 FA Cup final. It goes back before there. There's some history before that. But that game there, right? FA Cup final at Wembley. We beat them at Old Trafford in the replay. Come on. Show me what you've got under the bonnet, please.
Do you think you go through?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm being honest.
Big duck had this big rallying cry.
No. I just told you I don't know because I don't know what Chelsea are going to turn up. If it's the Chelsea against Brighton, no chance. Absolutely no chance.
What about Chelsea against Barcelona?
Oh, and then we've got a chance. Haven't we?
Yeah.
We got a chance.
Yeah.
Chelsea against PSG, first 70 minutes away in Paris, got a chance.
Who do you think should...
Last 25 minutes, no chance.
Who's fit? Is Palmer's fit?
I think Palmer and João Pedro are fit. From what my understanding, I think so. I don't know, but I think they both come. But we need our best players. There is a lack of creativity up top. If João Pedro starts and Palmer starts, the big dogs, we need those two to rock up.
Cole Palmer needs to have a big... He needs to...
Wow, this is the stage. Come on. You know, from what you can hear in the papers, he wasn't happy with the way that Rosenior wanted him to play. Well, now, go and express yourself. It's on you, boys. It's on you. This is on your show. No finger pointing can only go in one direction. It's straight to the players. Not looking at the manager, not looking at Callum McFarlane's come in, and you can't point the finger at him. This is not on his. This is on your watch.
Yeah.
You go and put in a performance now, and you owe it.
Yeah.
You owe me, you owe every Chelsea fan out there a performance. If you don't deliver, I'll be here on Monday morning to tell you exactly what I think.
Oh, yeah. I'll be here and all. Don't you worry about that.
Up the Chelsea.
Let's go to Jerry. He's a Crystal Palace fan. Jerry?
Right, Jezebel.
All right. Hello, Jace. Hi, Jamie.
All right, Jez.
I was just thinking how close the title race is with the cup final being played before the end of the season again this year. Palace's last 2 games are against Arsenal and Man City.
Are they?
We've got one on Friday and one on Sunday.
Wow.
And we possibly...
It won't be on the Friday, will it?
But no, that's the dates they've been put in.
Yeah.
Arsenal is the last game on the Sunday. And we've got Man City provisionally booked in on the Friday because the following Wednesday we possibly have a European final. Now it'd be interesting if we were in a safe position in the league and that we might be throwing a couple of not throwing games, but be interesting to see like the conspiracies.
Well, they're going to be conspiracy, but what might happen is obviously if you stay in Europe, right, you're going to potentially rest players. That's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, but like Man City have got the cup final on the 14th, and they've got 3 more league games to play after that.
Yeah,
because they've got to play Bournemouth that weekend. They've got to play us in that week, and then they play the last game of the season.
Yes,
and no one's mentioned. It's a bit
it's the
congested,
16th, not the 14th. 16th.
What is?
FA Cup final.
Yeah, but they've got a game against Bournemouth that weekend.
Yeah, that's going to.
So they've got to fit the Bournemouth game in.
Yep.
They've got to fit the game against Palace in, and the last game of the season.
No, but Arsenal got Champions League, right? Do you know what I mean? So
no, they won't get to the final.
But they've still got to play 2 games.
Honestly,
who?
They've got Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, they won't get to the final though.
Well, I think they will. If I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they will get to the final.
Should do, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I think they'll go through.
Nah. When everyone says the same thing, I always say the opposite.
All right, Jez. If you could decide who wins the Premier League, Crystal Palace have got both them teams. Who do you want to win? If you're going to throw a game, who are you throwing?
Yeah. No. To your last caller, that last one. So many people have so many issues with other teams, don't they? Like, that bloke was saying to you about, this rival and that. I really do not actually give a stuff. I really don't care. I mean, probably I'd like to see Man City win it.
So you do care? You just answered the question.
No, I'm not bothered. I'm really not bothered.
You sound like Luke Littler.
Who? Yeah,
I'm not bothered. You are bothered.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. Yeah, I'm not. No, I don't mind. All you care about is your own team, isn't it?
No, but that's
yeah.
Fair enough.
All right.
But if you got a magic wand in your hand, you decide who wins it. You have to decide.
Man City on goal difference.
Honestly, you lot.
Yeah.
You lot.
Joke.
I don't care.
Don't care.
Man City on goal difference is gone. Just even ask me.
Yeah, it hurts even more. Oh, that would be a
Eze
killer.
has a goal disallowed in the last game against Palace. I'm not bitter.
You can change your tune.
It's unbelievable.
Honestly, you change your tune quick.
I'm not bitter. I'm over it.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I am. I'm over it. Don't keep going on about it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Jez, a top man, mate. Thanks for your call.
He's actually gone there, right? And he's gone even deeper.
Yeah.
Last minute, goal disallowed.
We knew we'd get it out of him eventually.
Cool.
We knew we'd get it out.
He's lighting himself, mate.
Well, look, you going to Wembley tomorrow?
I'm going to Wembley.
Yeah.
I'm there,
Are you
mate.
doing commentary or?
I'm doing comms, Chelsea TV, yep.
Up the Leeds.
Dirty Leeds, mate.
Come on, Leeds.
Go on, them. Oh.
Leeds.
Dirty Leeds.
Right, that was it from the Game Day phone-in. Thanks for everyone getting involved and phoning us up today. We are back on the Sports Bar on Monday night. Big night to come your way. Loads to build up to. Don't go anywhere, though, because up next, Fight Night, Adam Cattrall and Adi Oladipo. You found the mask?
I found the mask.
It's just who we are, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I hope you lost it.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Mate, do you know, it's enough hot in here. And I can't... So you don't realise what it's like. I've had Arteta on. I'm going to have to take this off, mate. Well, I can't.
No? You what?
Wow. It's hot. I've got to take my top off, mate. I can't keep doing this, mate. I can't keep doing this.
What is going on?
What? What do you mean?
What is this?
What's what?
Is this talkSPORT merch?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Oh my God, he's got a shirt. You've now got a shirt on.